Yes, come on, people. We are back in business, baby. We are back in business. It's the Top 4 podcast, the #1 football podcast across the world. We're tell back. Somebody else and go tell somebody else. All right. Welcome back to the Top 4 podcast. My name is Peter, Gooner for life, alongside David, also a Gooner.
Hey, listen. Me, fake David out here. I'm fake David this season, bro. We don't celebrate. We don't celebrate winning plates. We don't celebrate winning plates, blood. I need trophies. I don't need
as the good Lord says, it's a new day.
I need trophies, blood. Let's go.
I'm joined by Oscar.
Go. Now we collected the plate yesterday. We got a plate yesterday. I need now a proper trophy this season.
We're gonna eat off the plate, my G. I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
And I like it. Here we go. Oh, Mauricio Pochettino.
That's not.
Hey, Peter Havertz.
All right, big man. You can't be nicking our chance, bro.
Surely that's not it.
Hey, don't act like your famous Mikel Arteta chant wasn't a Frank Lampard chant. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But the thing is, you gave it to Thomas Tuchel as well. You gave it to all of them.
Then it was a Tuchel chant.
Yeah.
You ruined
then it's up for grabs. If you've got two songs with the same player, one song for the same managers.
We sang that song about winning the Champions League. You sung it when you weren't even in it. That's disrespectful, that is.
Listen,
get out of here. But anyway, I'm glad to be back, boys and girls.
The fan base is large. I'm joined by Robinho, a Manchester United fan.
Oh, na. Oh, na. It's all about Rashi. Oh, the Mason and Sanchi. They all play for the Red Army. And who's the manager? Argy.
That chant, yeah, is
big
gonna
up
slap.
to you.
That chant is going to slap, bro.
Amazing. But yeah, we're back. Oh, we're back. I don't want to be back, but we're here anyway. We go again, is what they always like to say. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
Season 2.
Let's go. I'm joined by AD, of course, a Liverpool fan.
You know, it's sad. I didn't have time to think of a cute little rhythm, but the mantra is this: we need to win the league, man. But I got time for a song and dance or a little studio thing, bro. You know what I'm here for.
Straight off the bat settings, man. Absolutely. Listen, guys, we are back in full effect. Big up everybody that's in the comment section. Big up everybody that's watching. Big up everyone. Make sure if you like football content like this, smash a like on the damn video. Okay, subscribe to the channel. Okay, it's time for us to move forward. Top 4 cannot be where it is last season. We need to be moving forward. We need to progress forward. Can I get an amen, people? We need to be moving forward. All right. But yes, we are here yet again, people. Oscar, I don't know if you want to go into the comment section first.
Of course.
You know the tradition.
Of course, man. Of course. This show wouldn't be the same without our listeners and our commenters. So I've got to big up them, man, in the comments. Big up David. He says, big up Top 4. Hope you're all good, bro. I hope you're good too. And I know every week you be commenting about the fantasy league. Guess what? The new fantasy league is live and running. Man, them in the description below now. There should be a link to the new fantasy league there. Click it, join. Those of you who were in it from last year, you will automatically join when you create a team anyway. So some of you that will already be in it. But we're back in it. If you're new, join that league, man. If you didn't do it last year, join up. Assad says, the boys are back in town. Yeah, we are, bro. Yeah, we are. He says, big up New York for the call on the final podcast of the season. Really enjoyed being on. Hope we see more of you. Yeah, man, we need to do that again.
Big up, yeah.
That cool thing worked, you know. It was really good to hear you lots of
so funny.
Soon come.
A bit more of the man, guys. One of our favorite commenters from last season. He says, good evening to the greatest football podcast to air. When I'd like an answer to the following question: what do you call a team who beats the champions?
Second place.
To beat the man. Woo!
I call them second place. That's what I call them.
Guys,
listen,
the team that beats the champions is the champions elect.
Mirad, you started again already. We've
started
again.
Look, our boy ain't be kicked yet.
Don't worry. Don't.
Agendas have to run. He said, "PR, welcome back, boys. David, you're not invited to the parade.
You're not gonna have one. You're not gonna have one.
You're not invited, David. That's the point. You're not invited. Big up Endo in the building. New season, new banter, new weekly questions. New not that guy. Welcome back, bro. I'm glad to see your comments in again, man. He said, shame it's been the worst summer of all time. What's going on? Air traffic control people.
I think it's all about talking about transfers. These transfers have been interesting.
I thought it's been about to be fair. Dreadful London summer we've had in July.
Oh yeah, it's been an awful summer.
The UK. This UK decided to not have summer. We've gone straight to autumn. Went from spring, autumn.
August things are looking up. I'm seeing it's 27 degrees on Thursday.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Thursday 27.
Get the shorts back out. Get the cans back out. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was talking about weather-wise.
Bro, I flew to Greece to get near the fires. Are you joking? It was shocking scenes in July over here. I said, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm going right into the heat. 38 degrees, but man was baking, guys. I got sunburned.
Brought the fire to Greece. Endo says, AD, Liverpool aren't winning no league. Our squad is weaker than last season. Our midfield is a disgrace.
We'll get there. We're
going to get into that disgrace of a midfield. We're going to talk about it. Balotelli's 11-12, only premises. We go for 4 in a row. Goodness,
yeah, boy.
I don't know about that one, but we shall see.
Going for it.
No, but 4 in a row, guys.
Madness, yeah. I mean, 3 is bad enough, okay? No club no team should win 3 league titles in a row. Like, you can't make a mockery of the league like this. We can't let it happen.
But you know, Man United were winning 3s when I was growing up, so I'm kind of used to that.
But that's what I'm saying. We couldn't have it. We can't
win 4.
Did United ever do a 4? I'm sure United.
No. We 3-peated twice, and we were only stopped by Arsenal or Chelsea.
You 3-peated twice. I don't know why I thought in the 90s. I felt like United won all the Premier Leagues in the 90s, bar 98.
No, there was a Blackburn. There was
a Blackburn. Look, I mean, I could 3 different teams win the Premier League in the 90s. 3. There was like 6 years of it, 7 years of it. It's a joke.
It wasn't the whole 90s, was it? Yeah, fair enough.
No, yeah.
Murad says, honestly, I've missed all of you. I expect the podcast to be 93% about Arsenal. Word to Waterhole. Get out of here.
Nah, what's the prime? It's what you man are sponsored by. We're here.
Hey.
When will the other cast members return on the podcast?
It's a great question. Who else is missing?
Great question.
Who's missing?
Ernest is missing. And I don't know if we can count Remy anymore.
Remy?
Yeah.
Remy's on the wing, bro. He's there. He's on the wing. He's in the group chat.
Most of the people commenting have never seen Remy. They don't even know who this guy is.
Yeah, they don't know what he looks like. Yeah. That's actually very true.
Just to let you know, Remy is the one that designed all our logos and stuff. Like, he's had a big contribution.
Oh, he's had a major contribution.
Yeah, the podcast logo, it's a brilliant logo. I mean, we try to rebrand every year, but the logo stays the same because it's
real.
Mirad says Peter Tate and Peter Morgan. Yeah, we're going to get into it. Peter.
Everybody has a clean slate. That's all. Everyone has a clean slate.
Let's make the mistake.
You have to make the mistakes. It starts again.
No, guys, no. I'm telling you now. If Havertz misses a sitter on weekend 1, there's no clean slate. The agendas are running from game week 1. Okay,
that's fine. That's fine. We're saying from now, it's clean.
No, all of you. All
still not invited to the parade.
Agendas can start now. I hear that.
Still not invited to the parade.
And I'm
fake David this season. This season, I'm fake David, bro.
Look, let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it, okay? Listen, first things first. We have to talk about the team that won the plate, man. That won the shield on Sunday night, people. Arsenal beating Manchester City. Listen, in the fields at Wembley. Yet again, Arsenal go to Wembley. Yet again, Arsenal win at Wembley. It is our second home. Everybody knows it. As soon as we enter, David, Adrian, you can do that face. We don't lose at Wembley. We don't lose at Wembley. And if we do, tell me. Find out when it was. Because I think it was 2018. And that's a long, long time. And before that, it was not for a very, very long time. 07, the 1 year in 07 in the League Cup. Allow us, man. Allow us when we played our B team. Our youth.
We count
but
drinks now.
Listen,
you man are sponsored by one. I hear it.
you're sipping on it, man. You're sipping on it. You're loving it. You're loving it.
Did Prime renew for another season? Are you guys still with Prime?
Prime's there.
Okay, because I know they were Barcelona now. I didn't know if they were still at Arsenal.
No, they're both. They're both.
That bag is huge.
Do you know what's funny? Logan Paul came out and said, "No, we have to have a team of winners," and I was like, you know what? I hear that.
Don't worry, Logan.
He needs to get booted then, bro.
Don't worry, Logan. We'll bring a trophy to that Prime. Don't worry about that, boy. But yes, Arsenal winning the Community Shield. David, what was your thoughts? Arsenal finally beating Man City. It feels like forever since we last beat them. So
I was working, so I've not watched the game properly. But I saw the winning goal and the penalty misses, and I was like, all right, calm, cool, innit?
You didn't get to see like a bit of the game itself.
I didn't get to watch it.
Cool, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of that. It looked like it was very much a chess game. It was very cagey, very even. I felt like it was one of those Arsenal held their own. Arsenal were going in the underdog, obviously, because City are, amazing football team. Treble winners, of course. And it looked like, Arsenal finally kind of held their own for a long period of time. When we did concede the goal, I did think, a mistake by Partey in the midfield. And then obviously once the ball went down the other end, Tierney tries to clear it, can't quite clear it enough. Cole Palmer, he had about an hour and a half to take that finish. It was a fantastic goal, beautiful finish, but there was no one near him. I kind of left the ground thinking, oh, Rala, I'm surprised we've actually won that. Like, I was kind of like, wait, did we actually win this? Because it felt like, City, if they won 1-0, fine, it is what it is, like, no matter what happened. Very quickly.
How was our chance creation like?
Like, it was one of those ones we didn't have a lot of chances on goal as such, like in terms of creating chances and stuff like that. And even when we got into the final third, we were very like, what's the word I'm looking for? Rusty. The balls went into Havertz. Those two balls that went into Havertz where, yes, he should have scored probably in at least one of them, but the ball to him wasn't great. And he had to sort of make more from it, of the challenge itself. He actually played very well, I thought, in the first half. I was actually quite surprised. He actually did hold the ball. The ball stuck to him when he went up there. We haven't played him up front all season. And, all of a sudden we stuck him in that game against City. I understand it only because Nketiah, I don't think was ready for this kind of game. It's Man City. It's at Wembley. We need to have as much big players.
Hold on.
What's going on?
Oh, all right, Teddy Long.
What's going on?
Hold on. What do you mean? What do you mean he's not ready?
Who?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? What does that mean?
What is? Okay, I'm sorry.
No. Hold on. He's out. He's the number 14. He's on 100K, blood. What do you mean you're not ready for this type of game?
No. He's
gonna need man
against Man City up front.
I'm sorry. He's out, blood. He's out.
Listen, I'm sorry.
What are these two gonna have to cover, bro?
Guys. Oh, would you have started Eddie then?
Mate, he's gonna have to lead us for the next month, blood.
Maybe so, but
what are we talking, bro?
Maybe so, but you got a one-off game at Wembley against Curtin Razor. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why have you play him?
I'm sorry. What are we hearing? PR.
What have I said? I'm confused.
No. You just said to me that the entirety of preseason, Kai Havertz did not play in the number 9 role at all. Why is it you're going into I don't know how to say this, a glorified friendly? Yeah,
it's a Super Cup.
It's a Super Cup.
It's a cup game, but a game nonetheless. A game you can play. Why is it your striker that's on 100K a week is not ready to start and lead the line?
Listen. At the end of the day, I don't think he's the man that's going to be. We play Man City 10 times a year. You're not going to be starting Eddie Nketiah because we know the limitations he's got. We know that he's not the centre forward for Arsenal. This isn't a surprise. I'm not saying I would have started Havertz because obviously in my mind I thought Havertz would never be that player for Arsenal, right? As he was for Chelsea in terms of playing false nines and whatever else. But to see him start, I thought, oh bloody hell, because I thought it would be Trossard. I just thought it had to be Trossard because he's been our best player more or less in the preseason. When he's played that number 9 role, he's been fantastic. And so I thought, it makes sense to let him play. But then when Havertz played the first half, especially, he did very well. He did very, very good in the first half. Second half, he was a bit more quieter. But and just had above average performance for his first competitive game for Arsenal, which I'll take that to the bank and see him improve later on. I mean, he's a player who is 24 years of age, and he's going to be a player that's going to grow and develop, and because he's still got a lot of room left. He's definitely not the finished article, and there's still a lot more to come. So I'm just waiting to see his growth first before I say anything about him. But he hasn't played poorly for Arsenal since I mean, the preseasons are the preseason games, whatever. They're just minutes and fitness, whatever else. But yeah, it was no surprise that Eddie didn't start yesterday, because I just don't think that's the player you play when you're playing against Man City. I just don't think that's the player you play.
Get him off the books then. Get him gone today.
No, because you're just taking Arsenal versus Man City as what Arsenal will be playing 30 times in a season. We won't be playing Man City 30 times in a season. In fact, you might see Eddie start on Saturday. Do you know what I'm saying? And he might lead the line on Saturday against Forest. And we might see him in his more better suited teams against. Arsenal will have all the ball. Forest won't want any of it. And we'll crack on with that. The game was very different yesterday to what a normal day-to-day Premier League game will be.
Would you also say, going back on the game quickly, I saw Arsenal play like 90%, you would say?
90%
strength. You went quite strong in
game. I guess, yeah.
Compared to City, I was like,
I'd say just about 80, because remember we got two big players out.
11, isn't it?
We got two huge players out, by the way. So
because when I looked at City's lineup,
Jesus and
like,
Zinchenko.
Okay, cool.
I didn't know. I was asking.
Yeah, Jesus and Zinchenko are top players in the side. So, they were both playing.
So the new signing Timber, did very well. Had a lot of projects around his name.
Man of the match.
He played in the Zinchenko role, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Does that what does that mean? What are we doing there?
From what I'm hearing from Twitter, Zinny needs to hit the bench, blood. From what I'm hearing on Twitter, bro.
Timber's a CB. Timber's a very good centre back. I wanted him. I was annoyed when he went to you guys.
I'll give the context of what Arsenal's season and these players and signings have been for us this season. They are going to be season finishers this year. Last season, we had players that got us so far to maybe March, April time, and there was nothing left in the tank of these players. Form dipped, injuries happened, whatever else the case may be, right? Mentally and whatever else, they all got shot to pieces. But the players now that we've got in there, where you look at your Declan Rices, you look at your Havertz, and you look at Timber, those are players that are to try and get you over the edge. We're building a squad here. If Timber plays, 100 mile an hour, it doesn't mean Zinchenko has to be on the bench. It doesn't mean that at all. Zinchenko, I think, missed about 17 Premier League games last season for Arsenal, something crazy like that. And those numbers are high, considering Jesus missed
half a season,
14 or something like that. Yeah, exactly. So, it's good to have this problem. It's great to have this problem. And it's in fact why I'm delighted that we're going in for David Raya. People could talk about striker and everything else that we need. Listen, I am all over that Raya signing if we can get it done. But yeah, Timber was fantastic. He's been our best player, I think, in the preseason between him and Trossard. Arsenal managed the game well. We played against Man City. We managed it well. We held our own. We got fortunate with our goal, absolutely. But, we were there. We hung on to the end, and we got there, and then we took our penalties, didn't miss one. And, yeah,
See, this is the P I was expecting last season, bro. Balance. What you've given me is a balanced view, bro. Thank you.
At the same time, the Community Shield doesn't equate to what happens over the season, because if you look at last year's Community Shield, we all thought Darwin was going to be the one that would lead Liverpool to another title.
We didn't.
And all that stuff.
Did we? I don't think we did. I don't think we did.
No. Nobody thought that. Never scouted for that.
Okay.
Not even
I remember the arguments and saying, this is going to be the battle of the season.
I remember us kibosh. No, we did do a video. Let's be fair. We did a top 4 podcast extra time video on Darwin Núñez versus.
If you watch the video, it's quite clear that we're majority in favor of Haaland over.
For sure. But I think there was. Remember, Haaland had a poor game in that Community Shield. He was actually poor, and he missed some sitters as well in that game. And it was one of those where people will be like,
"I'm on smoke this season." Don't you worry, Eddie.
You know, Haaland was questioned after that Community Shield. Let's not.
He definitely was.
He was definitely questioned.
Was.
Guys.
And then he turned up to the London Stadium. He went to the London Stadium and scored the first goal, sat on the floor, and then you knew the rest was history after that.
Over 365 days ago, when the last Community Shield was played, we had a podcast the next Monday, and I said on the podcast, Haaland missed a sitter. And he laughed. After he missed the sitter, he laughed. And I said, guys, he's scoring 30. Like, I knew from that moment. Big up Nath. He says, hold out the trophy lifters in August.
You're done now. Pick your trophy, man. If there's a game where you want to pay for the trophy, go for it, man.
Listen, you know what, yeah?
Are we counting the Community Shield this season?
It's a minor trophy. It's a minor one. It's trophy. It's classed as a trophy, but it's a minor trophy at that. That's all. Like, listen, I don't care if there's a trophy on the line or not. We needed to beat Man City. Okay, we had not got a hold on this team for I don't know how long. No one can tell me the last time we beat Man City. I don't remember.
But, right? Pete, do you know?
The current record's 10-2 now. That's what I heard yesterday.
No.
It was Coquelin, people.
This is why. This is why I'm taking this. I'm taking this result.
One after that.
This is why I'm taking this result with a pinch of salt. Yeah, we need to beat City when they're in rhythm. Like when you. This is the beginning of the season. One time we play them in October. Let's beat them in October, bro. When everyone's warmed up, everyone knows what they're doing.
Yeah,
and then you can think.
Of course, Premier League and vice versa. Arsenal will not be Community Shield Arsenal come October against Man City.
Yeah, no, but this is what I'm saying.
Yeah. It'll be those two teams.
Everyone's warmed up.
There's some oil in the tank.
Champions League there's
oil. You know what I'm absolutely. No, absolutely. Listen, you can't take this and be like, okay, this means this. It doesn't necessarily mean that. But it was important for Arsenal to actually show some mettle against this side. You know what I'm saying? Like, we haven't done that, David. And I feel like the fact that we actually did it this time round, it goes to just show, okay, look, Man City, don't think we're that far away from you. Like, we are having a conversation with you. You know them ones.
We did have some assistance from the ref though, but I can't lie.
Wait there. Because I remembered why I hated football. I tweeted it live from Wembley Stadium. I said, I remember why I hate football. And I think I tell you what now, yeah. I don't think I'll ever hate football as more as I'm going to hate it this season.
No,
because the refereeing, no, David, the refereeing in the first half was unbelievably bent. The thing is, when you think City have got their 115, add 116 because they bought that referee. Because that referee was awful in the first half, especially in the first half.
Yeah, I was reading it, but man was booked.
When he booked Partey, I sat there in disbelief because everybody was like, "You've got to be a yellow. It's a friendly." The guys, you know, and I think Partey got booked for kicking the ball afterwards. I don't think it was a touch. I can't believe.
He got booked for kicking the ball away.
Yeah,
I've always got the same thing as well.
I couldn't believe he was going to get booked for just touching the player. It blew my mind. But David, in that first half especially, City players were fouling one after the other. Not one yellow card was coming out. When they finally got a yellow card, you should have seen the Arsenal end. It celebrated like it was a goal. You know, let's pretend we scored a goal, like the song says. We jumped. Everybody was bouncing because it was like, finally, you've got your card out for them. Because it was a disgrace.
When Arteta are famous for that. That's Fernandinho used to foul people 8 times a game and get a yellow card.
Honestly, we saw Rodri do it to us. I think twice.
Guys, this season, the rules
it's going to flip a winner,
mate. The rules this season, everyone is gonna. Oh gosh.
You know what though, guys? We go through this every year. We get the referees are red hot in August and September. Yeah, this in October you will see. Mark Hughes made this point years ago, and he said, "Listen, every year referees come out with this new thing, and they're red hot on it in the beginning. That's not going to be a penalty in April." He said he would be, that's not going to be a yellow card in April. It's not going to be a red card in April, and he's bang on because it's happening. It happens too often.
What about this extra time then? How about these extra minutes?
Yeah, the extra time.
Assad says the extra minutes in games is going to make Peter hate football more. I feel sorry for teams who play at the Etihad, Anfield, or Emirates. It's going to be a long day for them.
Yeah, it's them ones that look. Teams and players have been time wasting for decades right? And it's like, if this is their idea, because I think what they say, the stats was 55 minutes of football was played on average in the Premier League last season per game. 55 in a 90-minute game. That's a joke, okay? Because that's nearly half the game. So it's whether it will improve. You know, I think we got 8 minutes against City in the Community Shield. It was the 8-minute, like, you know, we scored in like the 7th minute of injury time, something like that.
Ah, mate, it was 11, man.
Was it even 11? Okay, fine.
Yeah, they added
all right,
more, bruv.
even later, right? So, you know, yeah, it's gonna. I think they'll start off with these big margins and then they'll cut it down. The referees would just be like, for flip's sake, man, I'm not on it. Like they'll just do that. And it's not like time wasting doesn't happen in injury time. It happens even more so in injury time. So you'll be adding more minutes on the time. It's just, yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I hope just book them or send them off if people are time wasting, because it will stop it. The way to stop like diving, to stop anything, send them off. It's simple and clear. You send them off. Do you know them ones there? So anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah,
are you happy
to win
with your transfer window?
Very happy with the transfer window. Very, very happy with the transfer window. Absolutely, yeah.
You don't think you need to do more?
I think there's
still, I need a number 9.
I think there's more to
need a number 9.
There's definitely more to do, and also
number 9.
Yeah. No, I mean, a number 9 would be.
It's not. Also, number 9.
No. A number 9 would be.
You guys
are
not getting a 9. You're not getting a 9.
But I don't think we are getting a 9. No, I don't think we are.
All right, then we're not winning anything, bro. I'll tell you right now, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like, listen, Arsenal done business early doors. We don't know that from us. We've never done that before. Before July, guys, we had bought 3 players. Do you know what I'm saying? And one of them being Declan Rice, 105 million quid. You know, Kai Havertz, X amount of money, and so too was Jurriën Timber, right?
So by the way, guys, we have a new feature as well. We can comment as well. So, but yeah, don't think you can run away. We see you.
To answer your question, Robin, yeah, I'm delighted with the signings we've done early doors. So, there is I want this David Raya deal to go over the line, and then if we can get a centre forward, man, then that would be handy.
Is, where has this money come from?
What do you mean? Arsenal's always had money. We got in the Champions League, mate. That's number 1.
No, but we've never seen you break the record. 105 million.
They've never been this close to achieving something. I think that's probably more down to it. Like, I think the owners have seen that, like, okay, before it was a lost hope. They were chucking money at players. No.
Like Pepe. Oscar, hear what you're saying. After 10 years, bro, after Wenger left, bro, you're telling me now you lot are taking it.
No, I'm saying
the thing though.
You're mocking Wenger, blood. This guy suffered, blood.
Look at the situation, right? Arsenal have actually always spent like in the 100 million mark of late in the window since about 2017. We spent about 100 million a season, if not 150. And this time around we're in the Champions League, which we haven't been in for about 7 or 8 years or whatever it is, and we spent maybe I think 200 million this window. So let's just say it's 50 more million than normal, which probably sounds about right. It would make sense. If you get into the Champions League, everyone barks on about Champions League, getting in there because they can get certain players. The likes of Declan Rice, Havertz, and Timber would be a lot more difficult with no Champions League football. We'd probably get them over the line, but never as early as we did. It was even July, guys, and they were there. You know them ones, they were there. So
what are you saying on the price then?
On who? On Declan?
Rice.
Yeah, it's extortionate amount of money. It's madness, but it's them ones where, what can I say? Like, you know what I mean? Do I turn away from Declan Rice because he's 105 million? Probably not necessarily, because Arsenal needed to fill that position. At the end of the day, that place needed to be filled, and especially with Xhaka gone, it's one of those where you're not playing in a West Ham were clear what they wanted from day one, and we went in with about 3 or 4 bids. And even though the money might have rounded around the same amount, it was how we were structuring that bid. Like, West Ham made their price, said, look, if you want him, no nonsense, we'll get it done, we'll make it quick for you. And they did. That was the money. It was no mucking about, and you know us, we will muck around. We used to muck around for transfers, right? But I think what we've got to turn our attention to nowadays is look at the player that you need in your positions. it's easy to be critical of a transfer fee, which I think, the mark will be held against him for sure. It will be definitely on his thing. But Declan Rice, again, as I said about Havertz, not the finished article here. So Declan Rice will have time to develop and have time to mold. Now, you might say 100 million for a player that's not even finished. Yeah, that should not be happening. The truth of the matter is he's 24 years of age, played at West Ham is most of his career. He's definitely not a finished article type of player, and there's a lot more to come from him. But what's more important for teams and where we've got to look at transfers, does this person solve your problem? Like Caicedo might end up getting bumped by Chelsea, right? For the money that they have there. But Chelsea need to fill that problem. So whatever they call that problem is, that's what they want to fill it with.
Sorry to cut you, but you're talking about problems that need solving. David has questioned, why Arsenal haven't signed a striker. You have also said that's a position that you feel like Arsenal would add to. Balotelli's 11-12 only premises says you don't need a striker to win the league. Assad says these men scored nigh on 90 league goals and have a 50 million forward players, and they want another striker. Relax, lad. Can you guys explain to me the logic of why you think a striker is the thing that takes you to the next level as opposed to another position?
Because what happened last season, Southampton, we drew 3-3. There were chances there.
You scored 3 goals.
You scored 3 goals.
We should have scored 4.
They should have scored more. There were some
scored
chances
more.
there.
I'm sorry. The games where you threw away the league, Southampton, you scored 3. West Ham, 2 away. Liverpool, 2 away. These are the games you threw away the league.
They did.
Let me finish, And then Brighton at home, blood. Just the whole team, blood, bottled it, blood. Because they had no faith. They had no faith. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just saying, we need a number 9, mate. We got a 36 goal. We got a 36 goal man in Manchester, blood. And you think you're gonna come and win the league with 20, blood? You're joking, blood.
David, I put to you like this: if William Saliba doesn't get injured, you win the league. You've gone out and you signed Jirian Simba, who's got versatility.
No,
play right back.
Adrian,
that for
hear
me
me out.
Is a lot more of the.
Hear me out. So you're telling me if Saliba's there, that performance at Brighton and Nottingham Forest don't happen?
Yeah. Wait, what?
You sure?
Bro, you don't have your last 9 of Saliba's playing, bro.
Oh, look, Brighton and Forest, like, I'll be real, those games were after the momentum had died. Yes. Like, you lost the momentum at West Ham and at Southampton, and then kind of the Liverpool game.
Mate, we were still in our hands.
It wasn't in your hands, by the way.
No,
it was.
Southampton, it was no longer in your hands. I'm excluding the Manchester City game because obviously City are the tough team to beat and they're your opponents. But the reason you lost the league is not because you lost to City. And as far as I'm concerned, it's not because you didn't score enough goals. It's not because you didn't have enough firepower.
You know what I will say on that though. I will say on this though, if Arsenal had beaten City, say at the Emirates, you never know what kind. Because it wasn't just one thing why we lost the league. I think everyone can agree there was a factor of things, and one of the big ones was just mentally, was more so psychologically than anything else. Yes, Saliba not being there doesn't help the situation. Yes, Gabriel, I think not Jesus. People like Partey were off form, Zinchenko lost form and stuff like that. But I think we were still like mentally, because we were having those leading games and then drawing them, and whatever the case may be. It was like we were mentally shot. But what I do find interesting is had Arsenal gone and beaten a Man City, it puts the pressure on Man City to come back at us. And we went to the Etihad like we'd already lost the title by the way we played. And we were there just lambs to the slaughter, really and truly. It was a matter of time. And do we need a striker necessarily? Not quite. I don't think it's like it's one of those where we are now. What other pieces are left to buy? And I think the goalkeeper is a good one, and I think the centre forward would be a good one if we can get it. If we don't get a centre forward, I'm not going to be like it's the end of the world. I won't be definitely on that front because we scored tons of goals last season, as mentioned. But you would like to have Arsenal are a bit too heavily dependent on Jesus, and that's a bit of a worry. We are dependent on a player like that.
I think it's more Saka, and I think our one, Arsenal is Saka, mate.
Saka. Odegaard,
we're more dependent on. I don't think it's
Rice.
I don't think it's Jesus.
Maybe you're dependent on your key players.
No. I see. For me, I don't agree necessarily with the rest of the camp. I genuinely think we're just heavily dependent on Jesus because when Jesus was not in, then we had to start coming up with new ways and new ideas. Whereas when Jesus is in the side, it's not that he scores 30 goals, but how everybody else plays around him is a huge factor when Jesus plays.
He's a fantastic player, and he works so well in your team. So I can agree with that.
What's gutting for him is he got, he done preseason. He looked sharp in preseason. He looked good in preseason, and now he's done his knee again, the same knee that he got injured with in the World Cup, right? And they're saying he's going to be out for a couple of weeks, and take a couple of weeks to be a month, because that's going to be painful. And in that month, you could have about 4 or 5 games. So sadly, I feel like we need to have a striker purely because I don't think we can rely on Jesus to play 30 games a season. And that's the sad thing about it. Is it Eddie or is it Balogun? Is it somebody else?
The reason why the league this time will be closer, I feel, is because City have lost way too many men and not replaced them.
I agree.
So
if there's one thing I want to say,
I need someone from Arsenal who is going to be clutch for Arsenal in those games. You see, Gundogan, who's that going to be for Arsenal? Where I know you're the man to get me them goals, man. When them tight games where this looking sticky, man comes up with the magic, man.
That's the one thing I wanted to point out. As like City, this transfer window has concerned me because it feels like they've let a lot of their treble-winning team go, and not the replacements haven't been adequate. Yes, it is still Pep, and I still do magic, but it doesn't feel like it's the City team that's going to run away with it like they normally do. Again, it's early days.
Not having Mahrez is a massive howler. What they've done with Mahrez is beyond me. I think Kovacic will cover Gundogan's situation. I don't think Gundogan's situation is as big as people made it out to be.
I think
it doesn't matter. Kovacic is a fantastic football player, and he will be fantastic there. The goals will be fine. The goals will be all right. The thing is that Mahrez situation, because I'm thinking Bernardo Silva's been wanting to walk out of this team, who, by the way, I don't know how much he aged over the summer. Did anybody see him on Sunday? He looked like a different player. I was like, who's this kid? And it was like, it was Bernardo Silva.
He wants to go to Barcelona, but City are not letting him.
Honestly. And then, you look at the fact that people I know Cole Palmer, it was a case of, community shield, whatever. They let him have a run. It was a phenomenal finish. Let him have a run, whatever the case may be. But then just the idea that when it's not that, if Grealish is having an off day, if Bernardo's having an off day, if such and such, Mahrez still scored 20 goal contributions, 20 to 25. He got 10 goals, 15 assists, whatever the case may be, per season. And yet to let him go and they've not bought that is weird to me. And Foden didn't even start yesterday, which I thought was a bit weird. Now, whether that's just because he wants to, wait for the league to kick off and then he might start then, I don't know. But
I don't like Foden. When was the last time Foden started football?
Yeah, no, I'm just surprised. You would have thought, okay, Mahrez is out the door. Thank God for that. Now maybe I might get my chance. Even with Gundogan gone, I can get into the midfield a little bit more. Whatever the case may be.
Do you think
it's he's not even playing? Well,
I was going to say, do you think we'll come into that territory with Phil Foden in particular when it's when is this guy going to be? When is he going to arrive? When's Pep going to give him the keys? When is Pep going to say, right, everything goes through you? I understand obviously KDB still there, sure, but when is Phil Foden going to be one of the key first names on the sheet as opposed to a nice luxury player to have? Because he's going to be 24 during the season, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then, by the time he's 24,
it's not that we doubt them. It's just that, okay, they've got rid of their major hitters.
It's the first time I've seen this, I normally see City do 1 or 2 additions and then nothing really. They're very good at replacing players. We've known them to do that because even the days of Fernandinho and then frigging Gundogan, they've got Rodri in there. They've got, they've replaced players just Company. I forgot Company played for City, things like that, right? But now I'm a bit okay, what's the idea here? What's the plan? I've got to see how City shape up in the next few weeks. But it's a very much a squad game, isn't it? So, there's a lot of players City still have. I mean, they were bringing off De Bruyne off the bench, and I was sitting there for flip's sake. I forgot he plays for City.
Mirad says, these are my exact talking points as to why City will not win and Arsenal will. City are weaker.
I think they are weaker from last season. I think that's true. I think that's true.
It's a wait and see, mate.
Everyone's in the comments talking about Vardio as well. He seems to be the new centre back that is going to take the Premier League.
I've not watched the brother, so I don't know. So wait and see.
Yeah, they smashed the bank on him. I'm surprised he's their record signing. Never really heard a lot spoken about this player before.
Really?
Really? Yeah.
Have you been living under a rock?
I didn't know.
Bro,
I
the town.
didn't know about
No, I
Rodri.
know he's been the talk. I know he's been the talk, but I haven't watched him like in the Bundesliga. That makes sense.
Hey, man, from what I've seen of him, he's a very good centre back. He's a very, very good centre back, and he adds. For me, he's another one in addition to that list where you've got the top tier. You know, you're just below. Like I say, Van Dijk is the number one, but just below that, you've got your Salibas.
Okay, Adrian, smile.
The other really good centre backs in the league. I think Vardio is up there, if not better than the rest. You know what I mean?
Oscar, so Oscar, let me ask you this then. Obviously, you're not a Man City fan, but like for the room anyway, like Man City are without a left back in terms of Cancelo, right? They've let him go now. They haven't really like Ake done a very good job, and so too did Akanji, right? Last season. Like, you know, if you're going to spend like, what did they spend? 90 million euro or something like that, 77 million pounds on this player, and you sort of think there's a lot more priorities. I thought at City more so. I.e. the right wing, i.e. you know, wherever else, the left back, you know, the fact that it's another centre half, I was very surprised. They bought another centre half, especially because they've got Diaz, Stones, Laporte, you know, they've got players there. But, you know.
Do you think maybe that's just you go?
No, I was just going to read Assad's comment where he says, look, haven't you seen Gvardio's remarkable performances at the World Cup? You know, Croatia got as far as they did because of players like him. They're like
fair dudes. No.
And I think Messi tore him a new one, but still.
That's not really a stain, isn't it?
That is a man who is having fun. We just talk about MLS, but later on.
Do we?
No,
listen, into Miami, baby.
Does the MLS stand for Messi League Soccer? Because
yes, it
does. What's it gonna say? Yeah, let's move on from the community shield anyway. You know,
let's move on. I feel like the next part we're gonna go into just like talking about all of our teams. We've kind of done the Arsenal recap and the City recap. So where to next, Peter?
I think Chelsea's a very interesting topic. I think they're very much. Because it's very much an unknown. I mean, bad news to start things off. Right? Is you know, Nkunku already injured because of the shocking pitch you lot were playing in, wherever it was you lot were playing in.
That looked horrid.
But obviously, he's actually out for the first couple of weeks, right? Is it an MCL?
They're saying he's out. They're saying he's out till October. Yeah,
so MCL, horrible injury. At least it's not the ACL, but the MCL is still bad, still awful. And Chelsea, it's a brand new Chelsea. It's got a new manager in charge. There's a few new players already into the squad. There's no sponsor on the kit. And there's a lot going on at Chelsea. Oscar, talk to us. How are you feeling going into ahead of a new season? By the way, can I just say before you go, Oscar, I was not looking forward to a brand new season, right? Because I'm still knackered from last year. Then I went to the Community Shield and I was like, okay, I got the taste of football again, right? I could smell the grass. It was all great. Getting back on this podcast has made me feel like, do you know what? Okay, I think I'm ready now.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready now. Because seeing all these different teams here on this pod, it made me think, oh God, there's things to care about. There's actually things to talk about. There's things to dabble into. Sorry, go on.
I'm in the exact same boat. I've not cared about football this entire summer. I've been so happy to not be talking about it. And even when we're like, let's do the pod again, I was like, oh my gosh. As soon as we hit record and it started going, guys, my veins were pumping. I was itching. I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to go.
I'm in the gorilla position, bro.
It's back, guys. It's back. In less than 7 days, the Premier League is back, yeah?
Bro, this Friday, man.
It's Friday.
It's Friday, not less than 7 days.
No, but when you said less than 7 days, you meant like a cheeky 6. You know what I'm saying? 6 days.
Yeah.
It's like in 4 days. It's like in 4 days.
Because Chelsea play on Sunday, so I was gonna do in less than 7 days Chelsea play, but then I thought, let me be inclusive. You know what I mean? The whole Premier League.
They're fully playing Friday. This team's on Friday night, which, by the way,
I'm not watching that. Guys, I'll tell you now. Manchester City versus Burnley. I might watch the first half an hour.
Burnley.
I might watch the first half an hour. When it's 2-0 City, I'm going about my Friday night. Listen.
Who's Burnley's striker?
Who's their striker?
Wout.
Oh. No, do you know what? I ain't gonna lie, guys. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Do you know what? I peeked my eyes through on last Friday. I did watch a cheeky Hillsborough, Sheffield Wednesday, Southampton. I did watch a cheeky one. I watched it. Do you know what, guys? Southampton were balling out. Let me tell you, them and Leicester, them and Leicester, they're too good for the championship. Like instantly, they are too good.
I told you guys. There needs to be another league. There needs to be another league in between.
Southampton had 1,000 passes. It's a record.
No, Oscar. 473 of them were in the first half. Like they absolutely killed. They killed Wednesday.
You might not hearing me. You might not hearing me. 90 minutes, 1,000 passes. What?
Do you remember when Barcelona did like 800 or 900 in a Champions League game against Celtic? That was madness.
Xavi done like 200 himself.
1,000. Yeah. Xavi had 200. No,
you can't have 800 passes.
No interferences, no interceptions.
Messi's pass from his left foot to his right foot was counted. There's no way you got 800. There's no way. No way.
I remember that was in the Champions League against Celtic. I'll never forget that. I think Celtic won in the end. I can't remember.
Yeah, they won. Some Scottish they scored, didn't it?
We deviated heavily from the Chelsea. But Baraka, big up Baraka, man, back in the comments. He's put a comment saying Soldier Field is one of the worst stadiums here in the US. The Chicago Bears won out of that beautiful stadium.
Hold on. I've got two comments. Comments on my comment straight away. First of all, a Soldier Field is a wild name for a stadium. Okay, it should not be. Football should never be played on such a pitch, right? And the second thing is the Chicago Bears. Have you not watched the NFL? The Chicago freaking Bears. Yeah, it is an absolute
Chicago Bears.
Soccer teams should never play. Soccer teams should never play in American football stadiums. Sorry.
Well, no, they shouldn't. I mean, when Chelsea arrived there for the preseason summer series tour, they inspected the pitch and the players didn't want to play. Like during the warm up, they were like, "This pitch is like there's something wrong with this pitch." And then we played, and then Nkunku gets the injury. But let's talk about the Chelsea for a while because there's a lot going on. We've sold a bag of players. We still have outgoings to come. Still trying to get a lot of players out the door. Wow. The likes of Romelu Lukaku, the likes of Hakim Ziyech, the likes of my boy Callum Hudson-Odoi, all on the way out this summer. And let's be frank, our squad is bare. Our squad is minimum. Like we do not have players. So the memo at the moment is Chelsea are actually trying to sign a 9. I know, David, you're talking about Arsenal trying to get a 9. We're trying to get a 9.
I thought you were trying to get Neymar.
Well, that's reports that have come out today. But every day on like if you read Twitter on any day,
it's funny.
There's a new report. So like I only pay attention to the ones that continuously resurface and are verified by the Ornsteins and the Fabrizios of this world. And the ones that are verified by them is Chelsea are very much in for a deal with Dusan Vlahovic. So
swap deal.
Yeah, Lukaku to Juventus, plus some money. Dusan possibly to Chelsea. There's rumors about whether Chelsea want that or not. Big up Nath, he's just said in the comments, Chelsea are linked with the American Tyler Adams. Also, look, our midfield is bare. In the midfield right now, we have Enzo Fernandes. We have Conor Gallagher.
Why did he get the Portuguese version there?
I don't care.
He's Argentinian.
He's Argentinian. I was about to say, you can't have that.
It's with the S. Oh my god.
Okay. That's because he's been fair enough.
I'll even do Angel Fernandes.
Get the heck out.
Nath, thank you for reminding me. Galadog.
Galadog.
I'm sorry.
Eddie, man, trying to ship him.
I've missed this. Is that his nickname? It's not his nickname.
People have been calling him Galadog for years. All he does is run.
I saw there's a game he completed like 14 passes in 90 minutes.
That's rude. That's rude, bro.
14 passes. That's outrageous.
I can't lie, man. When it comes to Gallagher, Chelsea fans get creative with the slander. They really, really do. Like it's brilliant. People say that his second touch is a tackle.
What the first just smells, and then it's forced to a tackle.
Yo,
I was saying that to say Chelsea are going to play most likely with two players at the base of the midfield, and the only one that is a certified credible footballer is Enzo Fernandez. So Chelsea are dying to get Moises Caicedo in from Brighton.
Paid 100 milli. Is it one thing I've learned from this transfer window? Just pay. Like there's no point trying to negotiate. So basically Chelsea are trying to get this midfielder in, and we need him, and we probably need another, which is why we're looking at Tyler Adams as like a little backup depth addition to the squad. But yeah, if we don't sign, I mean, we're probably not going to sign any of these players by the Liverpool game. That first game against Liverpool, we're looking at going into that game with Enzo Fernandez and Conor Gallagher at the base of our midfield, and Carney Chukwuemeka in front of them in the number 10. Guys, it is scary. That midfield is a mid-off.
It is scary hours. And the thing is, I was saying before, Enzo's a good player, but Enzo next to those guys, he then becomes bad. So it just becomes 3 bad players. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really, really scary, critical hours. Chelsea need to get their pen out and get the signature across the line for Caicedo as soon as, so that this man can play on Sunday, because, boy, it's looking scary for that opening game of the season. What have you guys made of this saga? Murad is saying Brighton have done Caicedo dirty. Chelsea had a bid for 70 mil rejected. I think another bid for 80 mil rejected, and now they're in the final stages. Fabrizio tweeted today that they're working to get this deal done. It's still on the table.
Listen,
what do you think?
No, I don't think. First of all, let's just say, let me preview this. A fixture I think I find that I hate, one of the most in terms of the top teams, right? A fixture that I hate, I think up there, that I rank up there is one of the worst fixtures to watch. Yes. Chelsea versus Liverpool. Yes. It's not going to be a blockbuster.
No,
it's got. I predict a 1-1 draw for sure.
Are we forgetting about the Premier League Classic of January 2022? An absolute stormer of a game.
What 22? Last season.
The 2-2 when we were 2-0 up.
The 2-2, yeah. Liverpool went 2-0 up. Yeah, Chelsea scored twice in reply.
You can listen.
That was a firecracker.
And then Milner fouled someone by the corner flag. Yeah, but that's few and far between. Now tell me the 5 before that and then 5 after that.
I mean, the game before that in that season, Chelsea went to Anfield, put on an impressive display. Kai Havertz header makes it 1-0. Chelsea look like they're going to cruise to victory. Reece James gets sent off with a handball on the line. Liverpool score a penalty, and we have to play the last game in 10 minutes. I mean, it was fairly enticing.
Did you watch the second half?
Their cagey battle. Yeah, but we had 10 men. It's not my fault you were just trying to score.
Excuse me. Listen.
But no, I agree. I agree. I don't know why I argue.
We watched the last time you lot played at Anfield, okay? We watched it. Okay? It was the worst. It was the worst game of football. And also, by the way, the fact that both clubs have no midfield or no defensive midfield for that matter is going to be...
We'll come on to Liverpool later, but personally, I don't agree with that statement.
Interesting. We'll get
they have a new midfield.
Look at the midfield that I just mentioned, guys. Chelsea have no midfield. That's what no midfield is.
The thing is, Liverpool have a midfield. Chelsea, I don't know.
And guess what? They're playing each other. So we know who's going to come out.
Liverpool's midfield is just bodies at this moment in time. But also, we'll get to them anyway in a bit later. But the point is, Oscar, I was going to say...
Caicedo.
Caicedo, yeah. Listen, Brighton have a fee. Pay the fee.
Pay the thing.
Nobody is getting done dirty, in my opinion, Murad. It's a case of Brighton have their price because they rejected Arsenal in January for fee of this high. Like 70, 75 million. They said no, right? And Chelsea have come in. Chelsea know what Brighton want. And Brighton, by the way, have always said, listen, if you want it, pay the money. Chelsea, you know this. You went and bought Cucurella, right? And I'm sure you've even bought the manager, yeah? There are players in this situation where you're like, okay, I mean, to call him a crook is interesting. If a guy has a value, if I sell strawberries at £1, don't come mad because you tried to give me 80p. You can't get mad at me. My price is this. And then you lot are falling short. In fact, you lot are mugging me off. You're wasting my time.
If the strawberries are crap, you're a crook.
Go somewhere else. Go to Tony. Go to Billy down the road. Leave me alone.
I lie. Them man that try to haggle a price that you know you can't haggle.
Here's Mike Ashley, man. He's got a 0-hour contract.
It's not even that. Listen, it's like this saga with Harry Kane. Yeah, it's like everybody knows the fee. We all know what the fee is.
We all know the fee. 100 mil.
Tottenham. Yeah, if you want to get him out of Tottenham now, it's 100 million. Okay, so Bayern even dare giving man them deadlines for the bid that they're making for the player. It's outrageous. We live in a world where,
them Bundesliga,
you know,
the Bundesliga
you know
rules.
Bro, you know, like when they say the customer's always right.
No,
You're not always right. You're a
You're
liar.
a jerk.
You're
Get out of the store, man.
Listen,
Like
they know
they're
the
acting
deal.
like they're
the
selling
deal.
the player.
I
That's
think
what
Chelsea.
Bundesliga team do.
I think Chelsea. Obviously, they've been burnt with Brighton, innit? With Cucurella, because I think they've not got what they thought they were getting, right? And there's still time. He can still become a top left back.
That's not burn.
Well, I mean, he paid 60-odd million for a left back we hadn't heard of 2 years ago.
Yeah, but we knew what we were paying. We saw him, we bought it. Like, we didn't get burned. The deal was relatively easy. You know what I mean?
No, what I'm saying, sorry, what I mean is, as in you've got a player, you've paid an extortionate amount of money for a player that you haven't seen the Brighton version of yet, for example. So whether you want to go and make that deal again and be like, let's spend 80.
I'd said the fee is the king's ransom. That's a great
listen. We can argue. We can definitely argue. You know, whether the fee is worth the thing. Yeah, obviously Brighton are bumping, man. Yeah, 100%. Right? They're bumping, man.
You find the prince.
See, I'll be honest, guys. I cared about the fee in July. We're now in August. Get it done.
Yeah, get it done. Listen, here's my listen. Can I tell you, let me tell you my philosophy on transfer and transfer fees and whatever. Right, my philosophy is simply this: if you think this is the guy to add to your team and change the way you guys move, to change your philosophy, to change the ethos that we know you to have, do what you need to do to get him in. But when you're too often, what's happening is, do you know why we always care about transfer fees? Do you know why? Because teams around the world buy players that are not good enough to even transform their club. Never mind the fee being too high. At the end of the day, they bought the player, right? And guess what happened? He did nothing to change the way Man United are, Arsenal are, Chelsea are, Liverpool. They've done nothing to change it, right? That's why we care about fees all of a sudden, because people don't live up to the fee. But that, if Jack Grealish, helps you win the Champions League and the Premier League twice, is the 100 million worth it? No questions asked. You know them ones. You get the job done, man. You go and get but I genuinely think that sometimes teams, because it's not their number one choice, it might be number 2, number 3 choice. They start haggling. They start higgy-hagging left, right, and center. Do you know what I'm saying? If Chelsea's number one player in that midfield is Caicedo, we're not here to play games. You get it done. But if you're doubting, if you've got doubts that this might be a bit of a gamble, then start again.
You couldn't be more right. And I think there's not much more to say on that. Like, Chelsea need the midfielder. They've identified that Caicedo is the one that they want. Go out and get him.
Done.
The other areas of the pitch that are concerning for Chelsea, we mentioned earlier, Nkunku, who is likely going to play in that number 10 role, just behind the striker. He's did that all pre-season.
Mate, he's out, mate.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about that.
MCL injury, mate. He's out.
I'm literally explaining this. He was going to play in that role, and that's the issue that we have now. We've now got a gap there, and the only player that was debutizing in that role behind him was Carney Chukwuemeka. And I'm sorry, guys, as much as I rate Carney as a talent, like, the guy is not ready to be Chelsea's number 10.
19,
like,
go on.
I mean, it's crazy. And then on the left hand side, we've got Mudryk, who, again, we're struggling to see who this guy will be in the Premier League. You know, he's looked decent in preseason, but it's preseason. On the right, Raheem Sterling. My goodness, the less said, the better. You guys know my thoughts on Sterling already.
Is he on that Sadio Mane trajectory where he just lost everything, or do you think he can put together a decent season?
Listen, Chelsea
really rated the guy. Like, I'll be honest.
Oscar, Chelsea get a pass from last season because they didn't have a coach, for goodness sake. Okay, everybody has a clean slate this year at Chelsea where they can really start to, like, you got a manager who we can believe, there's some sort of style of play to him. There's some sort of idea. There's some sort of, there's something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, something. And I think at the end of the day, like, I think like your Sterlings and people of this world, I think will show to be great players as they were for previous clubs. Why Chelsea buy them? So
first of all, Assad is coming to me saying, "Thank you, Oscar. Welcome to the club. You've seen the light."
It was Sterling.
been here with Raheem Sterling.
He's
I've been here
been here.
before
Yeah,
the time for Chelsea. I was here at Man City. I was here for England. I was here. Like there's nothing about I'm welcome to the
Us
club.
just been on Sterling's case for a day.
Big man. I am treasury of the club. What do you mean?
Anything,
Welcome to the club?
It's me who backs Sterling. To be fair, even for England, we've had the debates for England as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Werner was more used to him. Let's not get disrespectful here. Let's not get crazy. But yeah, okay. But other than that, we did. You know, we're talking about deals with Brighton. We did sign Robert Sanchez as our goalkeeper. I'm really
fantastic transfer.
Yeah,
fantastic. 25 million. I was thinking, bloody hell, man.
Is he Chelsea's number one? Like, is he?
I don't think he starts as Chelsea's number one, but
he has to be.
Look, Peter. I don't make the rules at my club. I don't make the rules. Okay. If it was up to me, of course, in one of these, in a heartbeat, yeah, Robert Sanchez would be my goalkeeper. But we've got Kepa on big wages and big money, and the powers that be have normally dictated that this man plays. So it will be a Pochettino decision.
Can you explain to a simpleton like me why he was starting for Brighton and then he was replaced by like a 33-year-old Jason Still? Is it purely because he's not that great with his feet? Was there a bit of a decline or dip in form? Yeah, what was that all about?
Go on, Oscar. If you know the answer, go ahead. But
I haven't looked into it. I have no clue.
He had beef with De Zerbi. Like him and De Zerbi was asking him to do certain things in a certain way, like playing the football, whatever. And as well as apparently his attitude's a bit of a ropey one. He's a bit of a risk taker kind of guy. He will step up to anybody. That kind of goalkeeper, apparently. And to the point where Jason Still comes in and it's like, look, I'll show you that I can make another goalkeeper do this. 32-year-old washed up. Goalkeeper. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's more than just thingy. It's more than just passing out the back. I think Sanchez can. It's just a case of like them two did not get along, and apparently the personalities very much clashed. De Zerbi is red hot. He's red hot, man. And there's no. If you got big personalities in that squad, bro, De Zerbi's dealing with you, bro. He might bench Caicedo for a good month and then get him back in again. Like you just never know. Do you remember he benched him? In fact, he dropped him from the squad when he was getting linked to Arsenal. Yeah. And then he brought him back.
Then he started paying him right back.
We've seen his act. We saw what happened with Leandro Trossard as well when De Zerbi came in. There was
okay, go.
He said, "All right, go." And bro, that was Brighton's best player. Like he was Brighton's
100%. 100%.
So yeah, De Zerbi's gonna do what he's gonna do. He's gonna wear those sugar tracksuits. He's gonna do that all the time. So
Brighton's got Thursday nights as well.
This guy puts gel in his hair like he's in year 8. Like, what's wrong with his hair?
How are you gonna diss De Zerbi's hair?
Why is he got spiky hair, bro? Like, what's going on?
Same thing could be asked for Unai Emery. There is gelling and gelling.
Unai Emery has slick. Don't you dare disrespect
that is
what a good man like Unai Emery.
I'm saying they got gel. I thought the issue is that they got gel.
That is what you call heritage. That's a heritage.
Unai Emery is a gentleman. Oh, come on.
I'm saying there's nothing wrong with either one. I'm saying
Unai Emery wears a suit every week. Do not compare him to that tracksuit wearing man in Brighton.
Wow, show some respect to the Italian managers. They've won more leagues than any other nationality.
I think we can all agree. Emery dresses like an Italian. De Zerbi. De Zerbi dresses like all right.
Man came in with that. He had the tech fleece on in his press conference the other day.
Let's have some class and decorum. De Zerbi dresses like a mechanic. He dresses like he sells Golf GTIs. That's what he dresses like.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
wow.
De Zerbi's going to do your MLT on Thursday, you know. Thursday at 1:30.
De Zerbi shots for no reason. Wow.
Thursday nights, you're gonna see him in a suit.
Go on, Brighton.
No, you won't. No, he's the kind of guy that won't turn up to a final in a suit. But anyway, I digress. The points I was making was Chelsea's backline is 30. I had one more thing to discuss, but it's completely gone from my head. Our backline is pretty much 30.
We just put it forward.
That's where we were going. That's where we were going. See, look, definitely for you, my friend. Good price for you.
Well, them man
Wow.
like you get a bargain. Like,
know what I
the top would be one for £30. They said if you want for only give you 2 for 60. Ah, for me, brother, I love.
For you. He's the kind of guy that you go in there to check your brakes and he gives you a new engine and charges you for it. And you're like, we didn't ask for this.
I asked for this.
That's what they do in Nigeria.
But anyway, last thing on Chelsea. The person that will be leading the line for Chelsea on Sunday is... I almost forgot his first name. Nico Jackson. Nicholas Jackson. Now,
where is he from?
He is Ivory Coast.
Why does he have such an American name? That's why I'm confused.
Wait. I might have got that wrong. He might not be from the Ivory Coast. Let me do my Googles. I know he's African because he's going to miss AFCON. Sorry, he's from Gambia. What is wrong with me? Do you know why? Do you know why I thought Ivory Coast though? Because people have been calling him the Drogba regen. That's what Chelsea fans are doing. What? These guys are saying Senegal. Oh, he was born in Gambia, but apparently he plays for Senegal. All right, fair enough. Yeah, I should probably know
why. I'm just asking why does he have an American name? That's all I was asking.
I couldn't tell you. But here's the deal with Nick Jackson. Nick Jackson's a great young talent. He played for Villarreal. He played for Villarreal last season.
He's from the Bronx.
I haven't been paying attention this summer. I'll be honest. I ain't been paying attention.
That sounds like the real name of a rapper.
The real name of a rapper. He's Senegalese. Maybe he's related to Akon. Who knows? But he's is Akon even Senegalese? I don't know. He's one of those strikers that is very, very good at link up play. He drops deep. He you can ping the ball long to him. He'll head it on and do flick-ons and win the ball and do all this good stuff. Last season, he scored 12 goals in La Liga for Villarreal. On the final month of the season, he won Player of the Month. He seems to be a good prospect and a good player. Is he ready to lead the line for 38 games for Chelsea? I personally do not believe so. And if it was up to me, I'd be on the phone to Dusan right now. I'd be getting that deal done. All right? I'd be getting that deal done. So
you don't want Lukaku. You don't want Lukaku back.
Lukaku's a lost cause, man. Now, personally, if Poch wanted to work with him, I would have happily gone with Lukaku. But he doesn't want to be at Chelsea. He's a bit of a loser. He's the biggest howler.
Lukaku's a disgrace, by the way.
How did he manage to get the Inter fans to hate him? This guy's an idiot. Like
twice, he's got them to hate them as well. Twice.
He's done it twice.
Yeah. Guys, on a side note, Oscar mentioned Akon. Can I give you guys his full name? Because I always just check if he was from Senegal. He was born in Missouri, so we'll leave that in the air. We'll leave that where you
want. In America?
Yeah, he's from St. Louis. But I think he's got dual citizenship.
I thought that's where my daughter's from.
Yeah, and Nelly. What's it called? He's got dual citizenship with Senegal. But this guy's full name, Akon, right? His full name is Aliuaen Damala Bonga Time as in TikTok, Puru Naka Lulu Bandara Akon Taim. Wow,
that's sick, man. Oh, so Akon is actually one of his names.
Yeah, Akon is actually one of his names. But look at that. You see the ones in bold is the full name.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up him, man. That probably means something special. Like, I appreciate that.
His name's got time in there, Oscar. Hey, I'm not gonna say any more. Actually, I'll leave it there.
Man, everybody would love a bit more time. You know what I mean?
It's preseason.
But that's Chelsea. If you're asking me honestly, I'm not too excited for this season. I'm excited to see us play, but I'm not optimistic of much victories. I think against the big teams, we'll really struggle
for Chelsea this season. So
no European football at all.
Just the domestics, but I think, like I said just now, I think against the big teams we will really struggle. And first day of the season against Liverpool, man, we could be in for a humbling. That's all I'll say on that.
Could go either way, yeah. Okay, Robinho, Manchester United, my friend.
Manchester United
back in the Champions League with 2 trophies in the can, and they're starting off a brand new season with Erling Haaland. No, sorry, what's his first name?
Rasmus. No, Rasmus.
Rasmus.
You don't pronounce the D. There's a whole video he does. You don't pronounce the D. It's Højlund.
Okay,
we'll be calling him Hodgland until he's good.
No, listen, I'm waiting for a Sky Sports news presenter. It's Hodgland. He's gonna say Rasmus Hodgland.
Hodgland.
He's gonna say it.
Also, they're gonna call him Erling Haaland. Let's have it right as well.
They are the BTEC Haaland.
Haaland. Oh, sorry, Haaland.
It's all changed at Manchester United.
Mason Mount. Mason Mount.
Yeah,
United have Mason Mount. It's the funniest thing ever.
Listen, it is. If you look at what's happened in our transfer window, we have got rid of a bag of man. We have a brand new captain, Bruno Fernandes, who's actually Portuguese, first of all. Who else? Maguire has been stripped, and it looks like he's about to dip as well. David De Gea is no longer Manchester United's number one. We've got Onana. We've got a striker, even in Rasmus Højlund, who is the question mark around. We don't know what he's going to be like. And yeah,
another Casper Dolberg.
Guys, I'm not going to lie. It could be a calamitous season at Old Trafford. It could really be.
Listen,
because none of those signings are convincing me.
Let's get the banter out of the way. The goal Onana concedes at Old Trafford in that friendly.
You know what?
I need to get that one in the can.
It was there, and I was like,
shades of Roy Carroll. I couldn't believe it.
I'm happy it got the goal out the way, and it was in pre-season, and it wasn't
like you got that itch out. You think the itch is gone now?
But how about a goalkeeper just doesn't do that?
Yeah, it just doesn't do that.
Stay on the line. What do you mean? You got it out the way? That's not a rite of passage. Not everybody has to do that.
No. What I'm trying to say is that I'm glad that things like this. Oh, look at this timing.
Talking Manchester United, straight in.
But yeah, if I'm talking about it, I feel like our signings have not been the ones that superstar. They feel like plug in here and there and all that stuff. And I'm intrigued on what we're going to do. In preseason, we have been quite good. There's been lots of mistakes like back that made us concede a couple. But then overall, our play going forward has been fantastic. Like putting a lot of pressure in, a lot of fast balls. It looks like Ten Hag wants to do similar to what Klopp was doing. Like just get the ball rapid, put pressure on them and go forward. Our signings. So like I said, Onana is the one that's in our most signings has been the best because if you actually watch the preseason, he's done a lot and he's done a lot of good. It's just that chip has made him look hilariously bad out of everything. So I'm not worried about Onana, and I'm not the only thing is I don't know about Højlund. He's the one that's a question mark because we don't know what he's going to do, what he's going to be like. And Mason Mount, yeah. From what I've seen so far, he's just there and he's just quiet. And it's like, okay, you're not doing anything calamitous, but you're not doing anything that stands out. So I'm like, waiting and seeing. I'm more happy that we've got our signings early in the window because normally we just wait late and we panic buy. And listen, this season, Ten Hag's got his players, so I'm looking at him a lot more this season because he's got the ones that he's wanted. Even though he wanted Kane, Tottenham said they wanted 120 million, so we just moved on. He got on his next players and so on and so forth. We got a goalkeeper, we got a striker, we got a midfielder. I feel like we need one more. We look like we're getting rid of Deadwood. Rasmus Højlund is going to take the number 17, so that looks like Fred's out the door. Yeah. So that's him out the door.
Number 9. I thought we would have had.
Martial's staying.
Is he fit? Is he fit? Let me ask you this question.
No,
right now. Is he?
That's why we signed.
Thank you. Give his number away.
No, but Peter. No one
again. He's injured.
Him. No,
again he's injured at the start. Of
Peter,
change his number. Change his
number. The news today that came out.
But Pete, the last time they changed his number, they said it affected his performances on the pitch.
Was that for Zlatan? You had to give way. You have to give way.
But yeah, no, the answer to Martial is that no one wants to sign him. So it's just that. It's one of those ones. No one signed him.
No cap, on a real. Is he not fit to start the season? Is he actually not fit?
Nope.
What's he got?
That's why we got this brother. We got the Højlund kid. So he's going to be the one that's interesting.
You think Højlund goes straight into the first 11?
He doesn't start this weekend because he's got a nego.
For 64 million, I think there's no question.
But yeah, he starts
Monday.
Is he that guy already? Is he ready?
Oh yes, I think it's a number 9.
I think for the Monday game, I think Sancho will play false 9. And then
I don't think he doesn't start yet. He will start the game after. That's already been confirmed.
Why don't you just play him?
It's because he's got a minor niggle.
Is
So,
he injured as well?
Who said that?
so before he came, so he was at Atalanta, and then it was found out during the medical he's got a minor niggle, so he won't start.
He's got a what?
Guys, I'm not trying to be rude. So don't try that. But yeah, it's got a small problem, but he's only out for a week.
Hey, pause.
You don't need to pause that. You can rush you.
But yeah. Anyways,
Endo said it's not a niggle. He's shook.
He don't win on a Monday night at Molyneux. He ain't on it, man.
What's Martial's injury, by the way? I need to know.
He got the hammy back. I can't remember what game. It was like towards the end of the season.
You don't get a hamstring at the start of a season.
No. It's Peter. It's from last season. He hasn't recovered from last season.
No. Remember 3-week injuries. They're 3 weeks hamstrings.
Peter.
Remember if you want
remember the FA Cup final?
Yes.
He got injured just before that in training. It's that one.
And he's not been healed ever since.
So it's not a hamstring. Then this is more than a hamstring. This is something else.
Yes.
Well, how about you rub and you're back in 2 weeks?
Your physios need to be fired immediately.
Do you know what though? They've recruited our doctor. They've taken Gary O'Driscoll.
Taken Arsenal's doctor.
Hey, good luck.
Go on, Gary. Good on him, man. He's a good lad.
But yeah,
O'Driscoll. Lewin's at the women's.
Overall, from what I've seen in preseason was very good. I'm intrigued on what we're going to do this season, but I would like a couple more signings. If we get rid of Maguire to West Ham, which I really want, then we can get Sofia in. Then I'll be okay, cool. Just go for another trophy, get top 4. My aim is to keep 3rd this season. That's the aim, because we did it. I don't think
it'll be a tough one.
What kind of aim is that? How can the aim be to keep the same position?
Because I don't think.
You know what, a little title challenge, just a little poke at the title challenge.
Imagine we're going into a new year. I say, my aim is to stay on the same salary.
No, I hear that though. You can lose your job.
You can lose your job. You can lose your job.
No, but that should be the minimum. You should. If you look at the teams that finished above us, it's Arsenal and Man City.
Yeah.
So I think we're closer to Arsenal, but I don't think we're close to Man City. So
Ernest, let's hear your preseason takes and
from the big man
on the Red Devils.
I this season I'm way more curious than excited, because I'm not gonna lie to you, the talent ID I'm looking at, like, it absolutely has to work this year. Like, there should be no question that, because do you know what it is with Ten Hag? Yeah, I still feel like he's still underrated, even though I think he had a very good season last year. No manager since Fergie has finished in the top 3, gone to 2 finals and won a trophy. But because this league demands that you add quality, and right now he's the only one that can vouch for the quality he's added. So I mean, I don't rate Mount. Onana, for me, I think my question has always been, like, it's clear you're good with your feet, but are you just Barthez with a Gucci belt? Like, is that all it is? Because there's real, like, fundamental things that he has to get in check in terms of, like, his relationship with our back 4. Like, that needs to be sorted out. Because obviously, you know, David De Gea it was great to see him go. But also ultimately there's a mountain to climb in terms of, can we be defensively better than last season, when last season we kept the most clean sheets in the league? We conceded the same amount of goals as Arsenal. That's a whole different chapter. Then you look at Højlund. Højlund comes in as someone the manager rates, but ultimately our problem was goals last year. Bruno Fernandes created the most chances in the Premier League, and yet, like, we scored something like 51 goals or something like that. Because Weghorst was up top. And then Anthony, there's, no more needs to be said. Then you go with potentially Amrabat. Amrabat is the one I think I'm excited about the most, because I think he provides some level of depth. Not that I know the player, but these are all like players that like see one saying that I hate my club here, and I'm like, guys, listen, I'm looking at what Arsenal are signing. Like Timber's the one that I'm proper like gassed about the most. I think he's actually very good. Declan Rice is not a terrible player. He's not a bad player. He's not an average player, but he's not 105 million. But if you add that to Thomas Partey, to Jorginho, to Ødegaard, you're like, okay, like cool, like that's calm. When I look at our team, like one of the scariest things I've seen in my life is a non-match fit Casemiro. Like it's spooky. Like he needs someone to help him carry the load this year. So like it's just one of them ones. I'm like, guys, if you watch what's it called? Hold on.
That from came in, boy.
Yeah.
That parcel's
No, but
right.
he has a point though.
Yeah, I'll say like it's intriguing to hear Ernest's take on it, because there's a seeded level of pessimism in the way that he's speaking, because nothing seems right on paper. That doesn't mean it's all going wrong. Do you know what I mean? Ten Hag is a man that I kind of rate still. I do think he's got a plan up his sleeve. So when I see these signings and I'm just like, it doesn't seem like it makes sense, I trust him more than I do those players. Højlund, to be seen. But the rest, I just don't believe in.
But you know what's sad? I reckon every single one of the signings are to be seen. Like you can't necessarily vouch for Højlund. Mason Mount, I see what Ten Hag thinks is gonna bring. And I do think that third man run, I do think he's gonna score a few goals this season. But again, it's like can we really put our hat on the line for him? So almost Ten Hag is not necessarily do or die, but we're gonna need to see what he's seen in these players soon.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's the talent ID, as he called it. You know what I mean? Like the signings. If we were to rate Ten Hag's signings overall, like all the signings he's made, you know, out of 10, what are we rating them? Like Robin, what are you rating your, Ten Hag signings last year, player for player? Out of 10 overall, what are we saying?
I'd say 7.
7. Okay, that's high.
7.
Okay.
So the reason why I'm going 7 is because there's some signings, like I feel like they will be key. Last year, Lisandro Martinez, everyone called him small. Everyone called him 5'0". Fantastic, brought things, and there's someone that he worked with last season. Casemiro, fantastic DM, helped us a lot.
The pause on Casemiro
when he was available,
yeah. The only thing was with the red cards. The red cards.
One of the best CDMs in the world is going to come in and
but no one went for him. We went for him when we got him. So it's just like one of those ones. Anthony, I'm not as harsh on Anthony as other United players. I still think he has a lot more to do. He's 22. I still think he can develop. I see where his issues are. He only has 1 foot. There's only certain things to do, and I feel like he can still develop. So I'm still giving him time. The only one where who else did he sign last season? I can't remember. But then he's brought Garnacho.
Wout Weghorst.
Wout Weghorst. So Wout Weghorst. Yeah, I was like, okay, that was a meh. We all saw that. Marcel Sabitzer, he got injured as well. We didn't see him time to time. So, in my opinion, it's been more okay to good than miss. This season, we desperately needed a goalkeeper, and we got one of the better keepers of last season. We all saw him in the Champions League final. We all saw what he can do and what he's like on the big stage. Can he do it in the Prem? Wait and see. Mason Mount. I was already going to wait until we do the what you call it, who needs to rise, but he's the one I think he needs to rise out of the most.
Rise, mate. He just came in the door.
The reason
why I say that is because of what he was at Chelsea and the whole issues that he's come with. He's now made his move. He's now demanded his contract. He's now playing for one of the biggest teams in England.
How much is he on a week?
As well. He's on 150. It's quite low.
No, that's cap.
No, that's cap.
It's
yeah,
like 150 to 200. 150 to 200. It's quite
No,
low.
that's
Nana's
big,
actually low. No one who we signed is above 200k. No one.
Interesting scenes.
The only one that's now close to 300k was Marcus Rashford now with his new contract. But yeah, other than that, no, it's just literally it's all changed. Like a lot of things has changed in Man United, and it is a thing of it is a wait and see. Am I optimistic? Yeah, I'm actually quite optimistic, but I'm not gonna shout title challenge because I don't think we're there, and that's just what I think. So I think we're good enough for top 4, but I don't think we're there.
What would have taken you to a title challenge in your opinion?
Another striker, another midfielder.
So just better players than the ones you bought, because you bought a midfielder. And
Basically,
no, I don't think better. I think squad depth. I don't think we have enough. I think we got rid of a lot, and we haven't replaced enough.
So fair enough.
Yeah, I think the depth is needed.
Oscar,
Because as what Ernest said, like a non-fit Casemiro, I love his timing's perfect. I love it.
Nah, I had to help my nan was something. Sorry,
but yeah, like look at Casemiro. Yes, he's been amazing for us last season, but you can already see that sometimes he's gonna need help this season. Mason Mount is a big question mark, and if we're gonna get rid of Fred and now Donny van de Beek, our midfield becomes much more smaller again. And if one of them gets injured, that's why we need someone like Sophie.
And we're in every competition this year.
Yeah. So it's more we need depth.
So the point I was making is that I think that these signings are expensive because there's no one that everyone can unanimously see is going to do well. There's not one guy we've signed that is a unanimous opinion that he's going to do well. So if it sounds like I hate if it sounds like I hate my club, well, yeah.
I'd probably say Onana, like probably the only that I could probably.
The thing is, Adrian, this is where the Onana thing puzzles me. If you sign Onana as your goalkeeper,
yeah,
that sounds like to me you intend to keep the ball.
Yeah.
Then why did you sign Mason Mount?
I don't know, bro.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not even angry at
what's 6-second press.
Like it just doesn't make sense to me because I'm like, I don't think of ball retention when I think of Mason Mount.
And
I think he keeps the ball best in the final third, but like this team needs more.
And the thing is, your midfielder's got Bruno who doesn't keep the ball well, and Casemiro. I don't know him to. Is he a
Casemiro? Like Casemiro, yeah. So during the classic Casemiro party debate, up until about March, I was like, it's a conversation that depends on what you want. Mm-hmm. By May, I was like, you know what? Partey can play football, man. Like it's clear. Casemiro, one thing I'll say is clear is he's a destroyer. He works in a midfield. He works in a midfield that keeps the ball without him having to do all of that. Last season, we asked him to do 10,000 jobs, and it's like it's difficult. So I mean, Ise trying to play Klopp ball. Yeah, I think it's more. He's asking to play more Klopp than Pep. But my point is, it's still chaos because every United fan is screaming transition, and I'm like, guys, transition means that you have to be competent at the back, which I think for the most part we are. It's when you have to, like, because to me, the perfect signing would have been a Frenkie de Jong because he helps to build attack. I think that's what Amrabat is going to be. But again, I'm just saying, guys, in a nutshell, as the season kicks off, how confident are Man United fans that we're going to improve from last year? Because you see, for me, improvement isn't necessarily a position issue, it's a points issue. We were 9 points behind Arsenal last year. And to me, we have to kill those 9 points.
Mm-hmm.
We have to kill those 9 points this year. Another thing that I think we have to improve on is our away record, because Ten Hag got the Old Trafford on point. If it wasn't Sociedad or Brighton, no one beat us at home.
Wow. Yeah.
No one beat us at home. So he's got those things on point. My thing is, on one side, there's a reason to trust him because he finished third. On the other side, you say to yourself, if Chelsea and Liverpool were on job, we're not finishing in the top 4. I've said this all last season. I said it. We're not finishing in the top 4. So, guys, if it sounds like doom and gloom, because I want to start like this, because I don't want man to come and tell me if it goes wrong. Look now.
Yeah.
And if it goes well,
yeah.
guys, I'll happily be wrong. I will cheerfully be wrong. Like, cheerfully, guys, because we've asked for a number 9 to be better than Weghorst. I've looked at so many of the different breakdowns of, like, you know, what Højlund is expected to do, what Ten Hag wants him to do. And I've always said to people, if you want to know what a Ten Hag number 9 looks like, look at Sebastian Haller. He got like 12 assists and 20-something goals for Ajax. He was cold. Do you know what I mean? I think he was group stage Champions League top goal scorer with Ronaldo.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
like,
he was.
Ten Hag's striker has to be someone that's very good at link-up play, also helps with the build-up, and can lead a counter-attack. That's a complex, you know, type of number 9 that we're looking for. And Martial was the closest, but now we've got the perfect. Do you know what I mean? But if in the league, the game, for me, the game is always the game. You can try and, you know, make a quantum mechanics as much as you want. If you pay 64 million for a striker, you need to score double figures.
Talk that talk.
I hear that.
Let's keep it a buck. If we're gonna keep the same energy with Martial, we're gonna keep the same energy with Weghorst, Cristiano Ronaldo, Zlatan, Cavani. I've got to keep the same energy with this guy. Realistically, I don't see him getting 20 goals. I don't see him getting 20 goals. My confidence this year, funny enough, is going to lie with Bruno Fernandes and Rashford. That's my confidence. I think that Bruno Fernandes is. I'm so curious because that was
our captain.
Like you lot might think I'm bugging here. Last season was his best season.
It was his best season.
Bruno was amazing last year, in parts, not all the time. But it was like, oh, you're making less mistakes. Now with the captain's armband, you know, it's clear.
Even in preseason, it's fantastic. So I'm just
Assad is getting my point wrong. I'm not saying that we were fortunate. I'm saying that when the normal guys are on job, it's a scary sight. When the normal guys are on job, it's scary.
I mean,
it's scary.
I understand, but I always don't like that rhetoric because I think there's never a season where everyone's on job. The top 4 is normally won by somebody who's just steady, and the others are terrible.
But the issue last year is that the chinks in Ten Hag's armor was that in some of the away games he just seemed unprepared. Like it was just,
and he seemed surprised by it. That's what always used to alarm me with him. He seems surprised by the manner of defeats.
I was like, guys, like, because to me, Jose, you see that Anfield, Jose is saying, "Oh, you lot are trying to embarrass me today." Everyone is stand next to De Gea.
Yeah,
everyone. Yeah, at 3-0, it would have been stop the bleeding. You're not going to embarrass me today.
yeah.
Ten Hag just open yash.
Yeah.
And I was like, so, bro, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then 6-3 at City. It seemed like it was just he didn't realize the league he was in yet. Like Liverpool were top 4, top 3 years before you came to this league. Don't let the dip in form fool you. You know what I mean? So for me, like, just to cut a long story short, I I think we can build on from last season. I think it's very possible. But I don't want any surprises. I don't want him to pretend like he's been caught by surprise. Which means this year, I'm so sorry, Eric. I'm not jumping on no bandwagon to diss you or nothing. I'm not one of those fans because I think he genuinely did well last year. But these signings better work out. They better work out because like Arsenal have moved on. Now, I don't rate Kai Havertz for love nor money. I think he's a bad football player. But Declan Rice and Jurriën Timber are both additions that strengthen Arsenal's defense on top of what they were last year.
Yeah.
Onana can help us with build-up, but build-up is one part of the game, bro. So yeah, I'm a bit like, I'm not excited. I'm curious. I'm curious to see what happens.
AD, Liverpool, talk to us. Talk to us on your season ahead, what you feel about the summer. You know, like United, a lot of players are gone. Like Chelsea, a lot of players are gone. And yeah, I don't know what to make of this Liverpool side this going into the season. Where are you with it?
Well, if you asked me like a month ago, I couldn't have any complaints. Because let's just kick off where we need to kick off. Last season was diabolical. It was nasty. I haven't seen anything like that in well over 10 years. Like genuinely, it was horrible. Like I was walking into games, wondering when our next win was going to come from. I was walking into like 6-game stretches, looking at the fixture list and saying, I'm not too sure about Brentford away. I'm not too sure about Brighton away. Maybe we can beat Wolves at home. I'm not too sure. So
you can't have that this year.
So it was quite clear that like wholesale changes needed to be had. A number of players have since left the club, and we started right. Brought in Alexis McAllister, all open doors. Wasn't overly enamored with the signing, truth be told, but after seeing him and seeing some of the qualities that he has, he's basically a less physical Gini Wijnaldum. I'll take that. He keeps the ball really, really well. But with him, he can actually pass forward, which is, I think, the main difference between them. Like he's good at eye for a pass, he's good at eye to break lines. So I'm really, really happy with that.
The price you got for him from Brighton, from a club like Brighton, the price you got was pretty. Do you know what I mean? 35, I think it was in the end.
I know.
It's quite surprising.
I know the accountants will add extra stuff, but yeah, for what has been reported anyway, 35 million. So Szoboszlai, genuinely, if he can be our version of KDB, now I'm not expecting him to put up KDB numbers, but if he can be that threat in the final third, good long shot taker, takes risks, good decent physical presence as well, over the moon. And I'm like, cool, let's get the 6.
My only concern on Szoboszlai is simply this: he was exceptional at Salzburg, right? Made sense why Arsenal and everyone was linked with him, right? He went to Leipzig and he broke his leg, didn't he? So he's had I think he had two seasons where he played 15 games per season. Yeah, it was not, so he didn't impress at Leipzig, but that's due to the fact that I think he had did he break 1 or 2 legs? I think it was just the 1. But I remember he had 2 big injuries either seasons, and it kind of just makes you think, okay, are we getting Salzburg Szoboszlai, or are we getting he's over there? What's the reason for the sell? Yeah. And obviously, look, it was 70 million euro from what I recall, from what I saw, or pounds even. So obviously, Leipzig valued him high, but I think he's a fantastic signing, man. Provided it's the one that was supposed to be there.
Yeah, 100, man, 100. I think sort of just the qualities that he has. Dead ball specialist as well. So yeah, 100% agree with you. And I felt like right, we're a serious club again. We're attacking while the iron is hot. Let's get another one. Let's get another one. We're sat here now twiddling our thumbs to pay an extra £4 million to get Lavia over the line. Like if that's the player that you want, go and get him and make it done. So now almost a little bit light. Now I'm seeing funny things. We're going to start Curtis Jones in the 6. What are we talking about?
Yeah, you played him the other day, didn't you?
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on Klopp's comments to the club? He made a video from Liverpool TV, and he was sort of saying one thing I need to give a message to the Liverpool fans is trust us this season. that kind of made me think like, okay, he knows he's got something up his sleeve that we're not privy to. He's got something going on behind the scenes there where I feel like Liverpool might come out of the blocks flying. They might, you know, if he's kind of like, you know, he seemed to be very happy with what he's got and he's ready for another season. He said, look, last year was bad. The year before that, we were close to quadruple. Okay, we didn't win any, you know, we didn't win the trophies, but trust us this season. That puts some fear in my eyes, to be fair.
Yeah.
Can I go?
He was talking crud. Yeah, Oscar.
He has every right to. He has every right to, because people are talking about Klopp like he's one of the other guys.
Like he's one of the other guys.
Like it's Altero or something, you know?
Yeah, they're talking about like he's Altero or Pochettino. Like, he ain't them, man. He ain't them,
one of the other guys.
Like, come on, man. They forgot who Klopp is. I think, honestly, this Liverpool team are the team that I have the most confidence in out of all of our six. I'll be honest. All of these six, sorry, not our six. But I'll be honest. Yeah, I just think they got it horribly wrong last season. But they got it wrong in patches. They got it wrong in spells. I don't think they're gonna allow that to happen again. I think the quality.
Yeah, but Oscar, that can't be the rationale. Like, you can't just will it to not happen again.
No, but what I'm saying is they've got the experience and they've got
up top.
They got rid of the midfield experience.
Whoa. They've got experience throughout the squad. They've got
What midfield experience are you talking about?
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
They got Thiago.
That midfield is a big question. It's a big question mark.
They still got that Thiago guy. But when I'm talking about experience, I'm still talking about, okay, you said they got experience up top. They've still got Virgil van Dijk. They've still got Alisson. They've still got those players.
You know what? Yeah, like
Trent
that back four is a year older.
I'd say Virgil's the only one that's above 30, you know?
Yeah, Virgil's the only one that's an issue for.
Yeah,
the rest of them
I'm saying that back four, I mean, Andy Robertson is an issue.
Is he though?
Has Andy Robertson been anywhere near his best since like 2020?
But he's still a good enough left back.
No, that's not the argument. But Liverpool's issue was that they conceded a lot of chances.
Yeah,
but I think that stems from our midfield, genuinely.
Okay, so what midfield are you bringing to alleviate those issues?
Yeah, go on.
No. Liverpool need a defensive midfielder. But why are we sitting here acting like the midfield they've got is the worst thing in the world? Guys, they've got good players.
They've got a massive hole in it. That's the problem.
Yeah, but
what's going on here?
Oscar, them
easily fixed.
But it's not fixed right now. But here we are.
You chuck an extra 5 million, you've got Lavia in the door.
Yeah, but okay, all right. Oscar, two things. Let's not do this. Number one, they sold both Henderson and Fabinho in the same window. That's a disaster, by the way.
They shouldn't have
never done that. Should have never done that. Number two, Lavia is not the answer.
Yeah.
What the hell is the question?
He's a 20-year-old kid.
What the hell is the question?
I wanted to be prime Fabinho.
You're saying it's easily fixed. Oscar, they are walking to Stamford Bridge this Saturday. Okay, or Sunday.
Don't talk about Stamford Bridge. Talk about the next game.
I'm just saying they're going to a Premier League football match without a defensive midfielder. And what's my man said? AD's talking about Curtis Jones in that midfield. Now listen, Liverpool will not be comfortable with not having a natural DNA defensive midfielder in that side.
I agree.
They can't.
I agree with that. Well, someone's mic is doing a mad thing. I think David might be you. But no, I agree with that. But it's one position that you're talking about here. The rest of the pitch, they've got hungry forwards that want to win. They've got a lot of players in that squad that have not won anything with Liverpool, that want to win. And they're combining that with the experience of those that have won and are world-class players. So I think.
So Oscar, what are you saying? That can take them to a comfortable top 4 finish?
I think they'll finish second. We're peering into my predictions.
Peering into the predictions. But what's it called? Oscar. Yeah. The one thing AD said about last season, when Ernest was reeling off those defenders, AD said the issue he thinks was the midfield. They have not solved that issue. We are here.
They've added midfielders.
They
though,
bought
and
midfield.
They want another midfielder. It's not like
Oscar,
they're done spending.
Brother. Hold on.
The players that they've bought, they bought attacking midfielders, i.e. McAllister and Szoboszlai, right? They haven't dealt with the problem. The problem is...
Stop. Can I tell you why I need you to stop right now? Because every single team that we've all mentioned they need additional signings. So why is it when we're talking about Liverpool needing one additional signing, it's
because it was their first problem. It was their first problem. It was their priority. It was their priority. And you know what? In fairness, right? Had they not sold Henderson and Fabinho, we're not having the conversation. I'm saying, wow, Liverpool are ready to go. But the fact that they've got Oscar, in terms of just naturally, go look at the squad of 25. Naturally, how many defensive midfielders do Liverpool have? Naturally.
But
how many? Squad of 25.
They will purchase one.
Oscar, today is the whatever, the 7th of August. We're talking about today. Go look at that squad. Which one is the defensive midfielder?
Let me name you the midfield. Let me name
you the 25.
You don't need to name anything. You don't need to name anything. Like we know who
the
midfielder are.
I'm asking you a question. Name the defensive midfielder at Liverpool Football Club. At the club.
Told you there isn't one. I've just told you there isn't one.
In a squad of 25.
But I'm saying, but what I'm saying is that's an issue for many of our clubs here. We've spoken today about issues that are arising in our clubs that our clubs are not even identifying as problems. Yeah, you guys are screaming for a number 9. You're not getting a number 9 this summer. So,
but we don't necessarily need. We don't.
But
it's different though.
Arsenal's problems are Arsenal's problems as in what's it called? Necessarily in terms of like whose problems need to be solved quicker.
Liverpool need a DM tomorrow.
Exactly. So
Oscar, Ernest. No, Oscar, your argument is false, man. Because Oscar, your argument, you're saying, look, every team, you're saying every team has priorities and positions they need to fill that they haven't filled, yeah, and that's fair. That's a fair point. I get you to that extent. But Arsenal, for example, though we need a striker, we've got 3 of them. Liverpool, you can't name one of the position that we are talking about.
My point is this. I'm looking ahead to the season. I'm not just talking about Sunday's game. Yeah, Sunday they might struggle without a DM or without a comfortable.
I'm thinking about the season, of course.
But I'm saying throughout the season, Liverpool know, the club knows, the manager knows, they need a DM, and they will get that DM.
They're gonna play Billericay at Stamford Bridge. What's my man's name? The guy that begins with B.
It's not an issue. It's not an issue because with no DM, Liverpool's midfield will be better than Chelsea's midfield.
Listen.
Because the thing is, this should not be a conversation in February.
No DM, Oscar. They don't make the top 4 if they don't have a DM.
This should not be a race topic again in February.
September 1st. Do you guys think they won't have a DM?
No, but that's not the point, Oscar.
If it's Lavia, Oscar, I'm sorry. It can't be Lavia. It can't be just Lavia.
I'm talking about Liverpool throughout the season. I'm not talking about Liverpool in August.
Yes, but the thing is, a smart club deals with the issue before they sign Szoboszlai.
People.
I mean, I don't necessarily agree with that. Like,
I don't. Yeah.
Because
I would have. I think of course keep Henderson and Fabinho. Just don't sell them.
Of course, you have priorities of like, okay, we need this more than anything else. But when the right player becomes available at the right time, you go and grab that player. If they knew
Lavia's been available all summer.
Yeah, they should have grabbed him. They should have grabbed him.
Okay.
But it doesn't. But bro.
No, but also, but guys, by the way, the glaring question that we are all just skipping over. That's not the player they should be going for. He's not the answer.
But
he's not the answer to be haggling all transfers or August to September. Yeah, no.
Liverpool signed a DM, man. I don't like.
Guys,
Let David talk. Let David talk.
Yeah,
we're arguing over nonsense, blood. First of all, take out Thiago. Who is left, blood? It is a meaty midfield, bruv. What are we arguing about, blood?
It is meaty.
I don't think it's as meaty as you're making out.
David, name your list. What's your list? Yeah, the list.
Bro, Thiago.
Yeah.
Then you got this hungry guy. I'm not even going to bother pronouncing his name.
That's a box.
Yeah. McAllister, Curtis Jones, Elliott, Bobby Clark, Stefan Bajetic, whatever his name is.
We need borders. We need borders.
Karen Morton.
The issue
and a
with
German.
It's
a dead midfield, guys.
Anyways,
my issue with Liverpool,
they got the They got 2 midfielders.
It's awful.
It's just the fact that they let Henderson and Fabinho go at the same
That's
time.
crazy. Yeah,
That's my issue.
Oh my gosh, guys.
I think if you had the experience plus the new guys, I'd be much more confident in Liverpool.
Here's my point.
That's my issue.
The issue with Liverpool is they've done their business late. And my point is, it's not going to be a fatal issue come when the season is in the thick of it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. But
okay, I agree that they're going to get a DM. Yeah, I think we all agree they're going to get a DM. I'm sitting here like, is Lavia the answer? It can't be.
Can't be the answer.
It can't be the answer.
Player, man. They're not in Champions League. They're not in Champions League, man.
I'm sorry. You have to get
on the league, my bro.
Oscar, if they finished, Oscar, if they weren't in Europe, what's the point you're making? They can't make the top 4 with this midfield. I'm sorry. They're not making it.
With Lavia added in, they could get top 4 easily.
Yeah, you're overstepping the mark now.
Easily.
I don't know where you've gone.
Guys, this is the thing that I don't understand.
No, wait. Let me hear this right. Let me hear this right.
Why do you guys always...
I'm mad, yeah, for saying if Liverpool just signed Lavia, they won't make the top 4.
Yeah.
I just think it's not mad. I just don't think you're right.
Do you actually think Lavia is the answer here? Do you actually think?
I don't think it takes that much to get into the top 4.
Oh dear. Okay,
You said,
we'll get into our predictions.
I said, oh dear.
Let's get, AD, any last things on Liverpool before we have to get into the predictions, guys? It's nearly 10 o'clock.
You're right. Time's going.
Now, genuinely, like I feel like honestly, if we were able to sort out that midfield, I think the defense looks a lot better. And honestly, I think we're gonna murder teams.
Look at
that front line is void.
Going forward,
6s and 7s.
Going forward, I think you're gonna do quite well. I also think you need another defender.
Yeah, potentially.
You might need one more.
Ideally, but that's for depth as opposed to starting. But
to me, Konate is not as available as he should be.
Nah, and he's like
he's not. He's young and he's not as available as he should be. Joe Gomez is still there. Trent still can't defend. It's literally Van Dijk, Matip, and half of Konate. I'm telling you guys, they are a year older. They're going to concede more chances. Liverpool will outscore teams. Listen. I'm not going to say too much.
And Carvalho's on loan.
You're cooking.
And you got Carvalho on loan.
Well, yeah.
You've loaned him out.
You
have no midfield. You have no midfield. You're loaning them out.
First of all, when do you think he plays?
Well, listen, I'm sorry. You're telling me he couldn't be an asset to Liverpool this season?
Peter, come on.
Where? You tell me where. I've asked you.
Come on. Wow. Okay. Then.
Why you say wow? What position on the football field?
What's in what position?
Adrian, what's the youth? The youth that was playing last season, the 19-year-old that came into the
team.
Cole. Yeah. Is he still part of the team or is he on loan?
Yes, it's part of the team, but I'm gonna be real. I'd feel a bit harsh to count him, especially if we're looking at a 6 as well. Like obviously talented player.
Is he likely to play on Sunday then? If you don't have,
he's injured. Him and Thiago are injured.
Thiago's injured.
Well, we've never heard that before. And it's funny, Thiago's protege is injured as well. So I wonder what he's teaching him.
Listen, how much has Liverpool spent this window? Like a good 100 million, 100+ million
on 2 players.
And we're not.
You man, fear the team, man.
It's not I don't fear them. I just have a question mark. It's just one of those ones. It's another wait and see.
Yeah.
Pete, where we go next?
Let's get into our predictions, man. Let's get into those predictions, bruh. Ahead of the 2023-24 season, Oscar's asked us a series of questions. We're going to start things off. I think, we've missed one question out, but I think I'll start it with this one first. Everyone's Premier League champion. What's your prediction? Who is your Premier League champion winner? Unless you want to put that in your top 4 prediction and do your order. Okay, cool. So
that should be the last thing.
So do you want to do it as one of the last? No,
I don't know.
Do it first.
No, you should do the top 4 because you say what top 4 is.
Everyone just say
and go from 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Off we go. Oscar, you kick things off. What's your top 4 prediction?
4th place, I have Manchester United. In third place, I have the Arsenal. Wow. In second place, I have Liverpool Football Club. And in first place, I have Manchester City.
Interessant. Ernest, what you got for me? Your top four prediction from fourth to first.
This is a mad question because I've been telling everyone, yeah, I've never seen a team with the league 4 times in a row.
Flipping hell. Oscar's predicted it.
The safe bet is okay. So City, and then in no particular order, Arsenal.
Nah, give us orders, man. What's that?
We need the order, cuz. Oscar does the roulette at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
City, Arsenal, United, Liverpool.
Robinho.
I've been thinking about this for a few days now.
Man, they're like a paragraph, isn't it?
And
I want to give you that lead up. I'm going to lead you in.
It's because all of my predictions that I said, I actually don't believe in this. That's
interesting. It's interesting.
I'm going to give you the one that I believe in the most, but I still don't believe in it fully. In fourth place, I have Liverpool. In third place, I have Manchester United. In second place, I have Manchester City. And in first place, I have Arsenal.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, he's gone and done it.
And like I said, I have 50%. Like in a probability scale, I was like, I don't believe, but I believe this the most.
Guys, this is a bombshell.
I don't know who's gonna win this season. I could not tell you.
This is groundbreaking.
I
Rubinho
really
predicting an Arsenal Premier League title win. This is groundbreaking.
I can feel my room moving. Now. What the hell?
What's it on the Richter? What's it on the Richter scale, guys? Moving.
Yeah, wow. No, I actually do not know who's going to win this season. I could not tell you.
I can't predict it, man.
I can't tell you.
Interesting. Rubinho. Yeah. AD.
If you thought that was wild, I think mine might be. Bro, I don't know what I've been smoking. I don't know.
That Buju Banton, blood.
I don't smoke, by the way. But fourth, Chelsea Football Club.
Whoa.
Third, Arsenal Football Club.
Holy smokes.
Second, Manchester City.
Look, do you know he bit his lip because he didn't want to say it. He didn't want to say it. He was like, I can't say this.
I know I've been slagging off our midfield options, and I know there's a gaping Fabinho-sized hole. But genuinely, guys, Liverpool are going to smash teams out of the park this season. I'm putting my nuts on the line. Liverpool Football Club win the 2024 Premier League. You heard it here first.
Unbelievable.
All on the line. WrestleMania.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Wow. Great takes. Great takes so far. David, can you live up to the billing?
I'm going to be wild. I don't know why.
Oh my God, we're getting wild predictions, John.
I'm going to be wild, yeah.
Let's hear this.
Everyone has lost their minds.
Fourth, yeah.
Let's hear this.
Fourth, I'm going with United, yeah. I'm going
Manchester United.
Yeah. Third, Liverpool, yeah.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Second, Man City, yeah. No. My first one's gonna shock you, right?
Don't tell me you're gonna say that team. Don't tell me you're gonna say. If you're gonna say who I think you're gonna say,
it's not. It's definitely not North London, cuz.
Wait, are you going there?
Newcastle, mate.
Newcastle United.
I can't pursue, man.
I told you I'm gonna go wild.
Do you know how much of a hater this guy is? He has Newcastle winning the league and Arsenal not in the top 4.
Bro.
Look at the transfer window.
I looked at the transfer window. I don't believe in Newcastle.
This guy, what Harvey Barnes is winning league titles, yeah? Okay.
Hey.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I told you I was going wild, Brad.
This is wild FC.
No.
Days.
He's left Arsenal out of the top 4.
I think that's actually more wild than Newcastle winning it.
Wow. What's wilder? Newcastle winning it or Arsenal not in the top four?
No, Arsenal not in the top four is wild. I mean, I'd love it to happen.
Prediction. It's a wild prediction.
Oh my days, I'm a madman. Guys. Sorry. Man City third, Arsenal second. Yeah, you heard it here first.
You heard it here first. All right. Oh, wild
You lot
FC.
can cook me. You lot can cook me after at the end of the season, innit?
No problem, brother. We'll be here. Top four prediction for me.
No matter what, we will be there.
My fourth place team is Newcastle United. I do believe we're sleeping on Newcastle. I think they've got a good team there. They've got a good squad there. They've added some additions in there. I think they'll still make it in the top four. My third place team, as Adrian has pointed out, we've rinsed the midfield, but I think some teams are going to eat 6, 7, and 8 this season. Liverpool, for me, will finish third this season. Second place team. That's right, people. No one does 4 in a row. Manchester City, come to the table and sit in fourth place.
Before you even said it.
And my top position, number 1, P1, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the Arsenal FC. I think we're a bit closer to Man City. I think City have got a little bit weaker. Here we go. Arsenal to win the Premier League.
But before we move on with predictions, I just want to read out some of the comments on these because there's been a lot. Assad says Newcastle will be lucky to make top 6, brother. No Arsenal in top 4 as well. Yeah, this guy is a social experiment. I think Newcastle have got a great unit and a good manager. So I wouldn't be surprised if they made top 4. I'll be honest. Endo has given us his. He says he's gone for City to win the league, Arsenal second, United third, Liverpool fourth, Chelsea and Villa in those spaces just behind.
Where's Newcastle? No, I'm in the top 6.
No Newcastle in there. Sad has gone Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Liverpool. He says, I think Chelsea blow up this season. I don't know what that means. Finishing third.
I guess it's good.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a good season finishing third, yeah.
That's like a 10 point. That's like a 10 position swing.
I just feel like Pochettino will take too long for Pochettino to kind of get that rhythm going. By the time Chelsea click into gear, everybody else would have been gone.
I think Chelsea will get Europe next season. I think they'll win Europa.
Yeah, I think
don't patronize me, man. Don't
be
me
in
off,
top 6.
Robin, don't mind me.
No. I think that's a good
Don't mind me
season.
off, man. Don't mind me.
All right, next one. next topic here. Okay, we're predicting the top goal scorer in the Premier League this season. Oscar, fire away.
Erling Haaland, what are we doing?
I had 4 names and then I just said, you know what? I'm going to give you my prediction. Erling Haaland. Absolutely.
Who were the other 3 names?
I had Harry Kane, Mo Salah, and then I toyed with who was the other guy I toyed with? I've forgotten who it is now. It's gone out my mind. It's gone out my mind. I've completely forgotten. But it was Salah. I really originally had Kane, Salah, and then Erling Haaland. I can't remember the fourth one was. I can't remember. But yeah, those are my three at least.
Probably Nketiah.
You're done now. It might have been Kai Havertz. David, who's your top goal scorer this season in the league?
It's the Norwegian, bro.
Is anyone going to say anything different?
Yeah, let's just say who's not saying Haaland.
It is the
Haaland times 6, I imagine.
It is the beast.
Let's move on.
Erling Braut.
Let's move on because
what kind of middle name is Braut? Do you know how gangster that is?
For real. It's like it's a ridiculous name.
That's someone that just eats meat raw.
Game. He just eats game.
That's a white.
That's the first pause of the season, lads.
There we go.
This is what?
wrong with
This is what? What?
The cameras.
Yo.
What made you go with that verse?
Bro, I was mad.
That's crazy.
Hey,
yo.
Okay, Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland is your top goal scorer. Oscar, the next question that you asked us.
Yo.
I have to hold that. That was awful.
What made you go with that verse?
Yo. let's come back to size. Relegation. Your relegation predictions. I'll start with AD because you've given us a laugh there. AD, who's your bottom three this season?
In
Who's
20th
going
place,
down,
20th place, Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Oh,
Spot on.
Two
Oh,
more
spot on.
and two more, and you got the same as me. Let's
Yep.
go.
Yeah, let's see.
Number one.
Number 19, Sheffield United.
Oh, you feel like my senses.
And I already know who they've seen.
Is the third one? Is the third one 30 minutes away from Cricklewood?
Hey? Oh!
On that Thames link.
You know
So,
what?
that Thames link.
Hold on.
You know what? I might be a madman. I think
They were my first.
I think I might finish 17th.
Oh, who makes the 18th spot then?
He got 18.
So, how I thought.
I think I know who.
I know.
There's only one, Ernest. For him,
There's
only one.
No, not them. Not them either.
It's not them either. Oh,
Nah,
Not
shocking.
them either.
Shocking.
So-
Go on.
Now, this might throw for a cat amongst the pigeons. I'm going to go for. Wait, who got promoted last season? It was Bournemouth. Not enough.
No, not Bournemouth. Not Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
It was
Burnley.
Burnley.
No. As in the season.
No, he's saying last season.
Oh, sorry.
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth,
Fulham.
Forest,
and Forest.
yeah,
They all stayed up.
Fulham and Forest.
Yeah, cool. Fulham. Yeah. I just want to double check. Fulham.
Ha!
Yeah,
Fulham.
You've missed one. You
That
have
is-
missed one.
That is what you call a cat
You have
amongst the
missed
pigeons.
one.
Wow, you just caused a flare.
Right.
There's trouble in
Am I going
paradise.
next?
All right, Robinho, off you go.
First of all, Wolverhampton Wanderers. My gosh,
Wow.
they are gone. Like I said with Newcastle, I'm not getting it wrong twice. If I do, shame on me.
Is Lopetegui still there?
Barely. Yeah.
Barely. There's no
Barely.
Traore. There's no Neves. There's none of that. And
There's
finally
no
played them. The players that annoy us the most. Good gosh, yeah. I'm looking forward to playing Wolves for once. But yeah, Wolves number 19. That the Toffees, Everton.
Whoa, Everton. Yeah, boy.
That's what I thought Adrian was going to say.
Everton need to dip, and I think they dip next season. And then I was toying between two other teams. One who I think would just survive is West Ham, because I think they're playing with fire. I think they definitely are playing with fire.
Who's your 7?
But
Who's
my
18, bro?
Bournemouth, for me.
Bournemouth. Wow, Robin, we've got two of the same there. Ernest, go for your bottom three, please.
Luton 20th. I got Wolves 19th, Sheffield 18th.
Wow, guys.
That's safe.
You're giving people grace, bro.
Wow.
I think no, but bro, look at the list he's put there. These guys are all in the
certain
fight.
teams, you're giving them too much grace, blood. Nah, blood.
David, let's hear your bottom three.
West Ham bottom, blood.
Wow, that's
Number
Trust me.
one, bro.
I said, no, they are in trouble. They are in trouble.
They're not. They're not in trouble.
Bro, Peter.
One season they've had a dip.
There's
One
something brewing over there, and David Moyes is the first one to get sacked, blood.
I will come into that. That's the next, next category.
We're coming out soon.
Jump in the
I'm
gun.
coming early, blood. I'm coming
Ian
early.
Wright,
West
man.
Ham
Ian
20,
Wright.
yeah?
It's not time to take off that shirt.
I've done it, Ian, right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Who's gonna feed Everton, bruv? They need to go down, bruv.
Everton.
Everton need to go down. And then who's the other one? Sheffield United, mate.
Wow. You don't need to respect the Blades, blood. What's going on?
What Blitz? It's the same sides that come up like 2 years ago. and then
Yeah,
O'Connell
and it finished 8th under what's his name? Wilder. It finished 8th.
and then it finished dead last the next year. And guess
There
what?
was no fans.
The man that went with them was Paul Heckingbottom.
Yeah.
He's the manager now.
Yeah.
He got them up though.
Ryan Brewster scored 0 goals in the season. Anyways,
Well,
their best striker, the only person who, if they had even a half a chance, even a cat in hell's chance of staying up, he's got to Marseille.
he's got to say, yeah. Yeah, is it Ndai? Was that his name?
Yeah.
Ndai. Oscar, here's your bottom three, mate.
Rock bottom, we've got Luton. 19th, we've got Sheffield United. And just above them, we've got Bournemouth Football Club.
Oh,
okay.
Honestly. Yeah, honestly. Anyway, my bottom three, Bournemouth are going down their 20th place. Have you guys forgotten they sacked Gary O'Neill over the summer and they brought in some new Don? I think we forgot about that, right? This guy that's trying to play nice rugby football.
Three of us have put them going down. So
right, so, bruv.
But they're 20th. In 19th place.
You didn't do it.
Who? David.
Yeah. There's a reason why he got sacked.
Oh, you're saying it was right he got sacked?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Talk that talk.
What? Bournemouth shouldn't be in this league right now. They shouldn't be here. The guy saved them differently. Anyway, Bournemouth 20th place, 19th, Everton. Finally get the hell out of this Premier League. They need to be gone. And in 18th place, is Luton Town. I think Luton will fight. They'll give everyone as good as they got, but the fact that their home games are not going to be happening in like the first month is a howler. They'll be behind the 8 ball before a ball's kicked. They'll be behind the 8 ball. That's the thing.
Well, that's their fault.
The
that was their fault.
It's a stinker. It's a stinker.
The stadium. So, Peter,
anyway,
we need to organize a top 4 trip. To that stadium.
What's the stadium? Kenilworth Road.
Kenilworth.
I'll be honest. I'm not going to the trip. I'm not enjoying.
Everyone, we have to go. We have to.
You can FaceTime me.
We need to get in touch with the roots. What they call it, the English roots.
Robin, if there is a place in England, now listen, I don't like England very much. If there's a place in England, I will never go again. It is Luton Town. It is a hole.
Up the road.
Yeah, it's a hole. Guys, it's a hole. Guys, Dunstable and Luton. Never again.
I'm never going to Luton again. It's on my bucket list to never go to Luton.
Yeah. I would have lived there for thinning life. Guys. Luton were in non-league. Were playing non-league football with the same stadium. So it's a non-league stadium.
What do you call it? They had who's that one brother that's been with them since non-league all the way up to Prem?
Mpanzu.
Yeah, pick up him, man.
The thing is, though, you know what I will say about this here? Luton, everyone's treating Luton like they're going to be like some derby thing. They've been good in the championship. Like they were like in the top 8 twice. Like when they got promoted, they stayed up twice. No, because like they're going on like they're going to be derby. They're not going to be derby. They're going to be derby.
I think they're going to give as good as they get. Don't get me wrong.
I think they stay up one season.
You know, bro.
There's
teams that have won the championship and gone right back down. Like,
the thing is, though, for me, it's the fact that they're not playing a home game. I don't think for the first 4 matches, bro, they'll be minus 12 compared to the rest. Like they will be minus 12 by the time they get to play at home.
That they're get into the away stand. You have to go through someone's garden. I think it's hilarious.
It's a farce, man. Listen, let me tell you, for all of you people that don't live in England, Luton is a hole. Let me tell you that right now. Dunstable, friggin', Bedford shit. It's a hole. Right.
Like one Asda. Well, before you go here, so what you mean? Yes. You don't think Fulham? No, Mitrovic, no. Okay.
They got Raul Jimenez under Marco Silva. I trust Marco Silva.
Yeah, Jimenez is a bit of a stinker, Peter.
It was a bit of a wild one still. Marco Silva's got it. Marco Silva's got them. Yeah, I know that they've lost William and Mitrovic.
Peter, he turned down a piece of Jimenez's skull in the Everett Stadium, mate.
Man. Okay, first manager sacking. Oscar, since you made such a wild comment, you have to start this one off. You're a disgrace. Who's the first manager getting sacked this season?
Well, there was a team that I really thought about getting relegated, and I thought, they've just got a little bit of enough to not get relegated. But I do think the fans will be on the back of this manager if they start the season slowly. And I'm actually going to go David Moyes.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Like David Moyes is also your first choice. Is that correct?
Copycat, smelly rat.
Copycat, smelly rat. AD, who is your first manager to be sacked this season?
I'm actually surprised he hasn't gone already. It's Julian Lopetegui. They've sold his 2 best midfielders, sold his best centre half, I don't know if he decided to let Adama go if Adama walks on his own accords. Like, I'm surprised he lasted the whole of last season. Wolverhampton Wanderers, it's a mess.
It's an absolute mess.
The owner came up with
for goodness sake.
Yeah, the owner came up with a statement, and then all the fans were just mad. So
yeah, the owner's having a laugh. Yeah. Question: if they walk though, would does that still count? Because I haven't like he was going to be my first to be sacked, but I think he's going to walk. So I don't know if it's called that a sacking or not, but I think he'll be the first one not at the club.
Sacking.
It's not a sacking, isn't it?
No.
So yeah, because I had him and I crossed my line on his name because I think he'll be the first to walk. I think technically speaking, he'll be the first guy.
Okay, well, yeah, he'll be the first out the job. Yeah.
He'll walk. Okay, Robinho. Oscar, what's up? You're hanging on.
What do we think about mutual consent? Does that count as a
turn it in. Mutual consent means I'm paying you off. That's what that means. It just means I'm paying you off to leave.
I'm going to throw in a little bit of curveball because I think Moyes is too easy. I think it's going to be Sean Dyche.
Oh, the toughies.
That's wrong.
Yeah, the Sean Dyche.
I'm throwing a bit of curveball. I think Everton are going to have a howler of a season.
But do you not think even if Dyche starts the season horribly, do you not think they would keep him for longer?
No, because Everton's so mismanaged that they will fire him regardless.
Yeah, fair point.
That's why I'm not. Yeah.
The mismanagement.
A little bit of a curveball.
Guys, am I crazy for thinking? I don't think Everton are even going to be in a relegation battle next season.
I'm with Adrian. I think they'll be comfortably bottom half of the table.
Like 12.
That right there is crazy. That right there is crazy. Ernest, who's your first manager to get sacked?
Lopetegui.
Even as well, Lopetegui. Yeah. Wow, you guys are straight in. My one's going to be Spanish, but it's not going to be Julian. It's going to be Adoni Areola. There's no way Bournemouth are going to keep this manager all season long. No way. He'll be the first one gone. He'll be out of there. Sacking O'Neill is a madness. It's an utter madness, and it's not going to work for them this season. I don't know if they bought any serious players or not. It's not going to work for them. Adoni.
Right, 2 more to go.
Out of it. Right. What was the other prediction you asked us for? The one to watch.
So that's simple. No. The one to watch. Sorry to interrupt, Oscar. It's the Saudi Pro League. Because what the heck is happening over there? Why is everyone going to that bloody league?
There is not there. You will not find me watching. You will not find me watching anything Saudi.
I'm watching
one. You know, have you noticed they don't play in the daytime? That's a problem number one for me. I can't watch league football at night only. I can't.
No.
All their games are in the night.
What they got Saturday 3 o'clock?
Oscar, when have you seen the sunlight in any highlight?
No Saturday 3 o'clock in Saudi.
Oscar, Ronaldo is always wearing a long sleeve shirt. Why is he always?
Why is this man hot over there?
I don't know. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn whether it's too hot. Give me this, bro. Play at 5 o'clock.
That's probably what it is. Yeah, it's the heat, isn't it?
Play at 5 o'clock then.
Saudi Pro League.
Every game is a Champions League match. Nah, bun that, man.
No, but you know what? Somebody made a good point.
Over there.
There's a lot of.
Somebody made a good point. Remember, we had Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar playing in the same front line. How many times were we watching PSG versus Strasbourg?
Not once.
Or Auxerre.
I didn't watch
The novelty will wear off. Maybe.
I didn't watch a damn thing. There's a lot of players out there. Don't get me wrong, but I ain't watching a damn thing. But Robin says Saudi. What's your actual series?
That's not his one to watch though.
It's not my actual one to watch. No, because I interrupted Oscar. I let him go first. I was making a joke there.
John Osaka.
I've completely forgotten. Oh yeah. My one to watch is Darwin Núñez. I think he will score 20 goals.
I can feel the gunshot from here from AD. Man.
Yeah, that's my one to watch. I think 9 Premier League goals last season in his first season in a horrible Liverpool team. I think this season he's just gonna lick shot, and we'll see a different player.
All right, Ernest, who's your one to watch?
Nkunku. I think I'm really excited about him as a
Who?
player.
Nkunku?
I think he's yeah.
Hey, you cut off. You cut off. We did not hear you said.
It was
Nkunku.
Yeah, it was as good as his frigging injury.
Yeah.
We're not seeing him until the clocks go forward.
That's one to watch in October.
From October onwards.
Now
you heard about his MCL, didn't you?
His what?
He has an MCL. He tore his MCL in preseason.
Today, he out.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's
he's
actually out until like October,
He's
like
out for,
literally
like,
October,
minimum
November
time.
time.
Oh,
He
I really didn't know that.
He's going out, blood.
I watched
Yeah.
I've only watched Chelsea highlights. I didn't know. Oh, okay. I got to switch it up then. My next one
To
was
be fair,
probably
it would have
Elise.
been it would have been a good shout. It would have been a good shout, but Elise is also a good pick. Where do you think Elise will be for you to make this claim?
I think in terms of the thing is I can't really put a number to it, but I think this will be the season where people who haven't taken notice are going to take notice of him.
No, when I said
I mean?
where do you think he'll be, I meant what club is he going to play for?
Club, yeah.
Apparently.
Oh, because
Because
you got
linked,
after him, no?
he's linked to City and Chelsea.
And City and Chelsea.
That's what I said.
Bro, I didn't hear you.
City and Chelsea.
I
City
think-
and Chelsea.
I think the easier choice is Chelsea.
Yeah. Balotelli's 11-12 premises has made the same point. Elise is actually injured as well.
So I'm just picking injured on.
Yeah,
Go on, Donny
Okay.
van de Beek. Donny van de
Okay.
Beek.
This one I actually think. I know he's definitely not injured, but I'm gonna go to Anfield as well, and I'm gonna go to someone that I genuinely had like zero kind of anticipation for, like how well they were gonna do, expectations, sorry, and they blew me away. Cody Gakpo. I think he's gonna be electric this year. I think he's gonna be electric.
Yesterday, I saw his finish against Man United. I said, "Yo,
No,
I said,
I'm not gonna lie.
This guy." I said,
He
"Yeah, all right."
He moved me in that game. Like that was like okay. Like
Yeah,
I
this
see
is a
what.
nasty
I see what.
Look who's in the building, guys.
Hey,
What's going on, Lola? Like when the thing is, what he did to Varane, I was like, oh raw. Like okay.
This is why Ten Hag wanted him.
Yeah,
Boy.
yeah. But he paid 84 million for Anthony. So you know, it's just one of them ones where. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think he really, because the thing is, I didn't want him because I thought he plays left wing, Rashford plays left wing. I don't want because we got him and Sancho. But then when he played him like in Firmino's position, I was like, you know what, he's moving me, man. And it goes back to what Oscar was saying, that like man think Klopp is Marco Silva, like he's not.
Ooh.
That was a great way to end.
No, we can't hear you.
You can't hear you. Are you back? Ooh,
No,
your
no,
microphone.
no.
Your microphone,
The
bro.
the microphone is not microphoning.
In the
Well,
meantime,
man was
Robinho.
cooking. I don't know what evil Ferguson spirit that was.
listen, he was cooking. He was loving to hear that Gakpo. You know what I'm saying? That praise. Go on, Robinho.
If there's
Yo, Endo, what happened?
Yo,
Yeah,
Strong
that's not
pause.
the best use of English, there is it?
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Jot is interesting. Jot is an interesting one.
we can't have every Liverpool forward. We know Salah's going to bag 20. I'm here saying Darwin. Man saying Gakpo. Man saying Jota. Guys, it's Liverpool season.
Don't forget Luis Diaz.
Oh, Luis.
I'm
Don't forget
not
Fabio
gonna go to
Carvalho.
Liverpool, and I'm gonna go home. I generally think this player is going to have a fantastic season, and I think he's going to be the one to watch for the future. And it's Alejandro Garnacho.
Oh,
Garnacho. Go on.
But how many games do you reckon he's going to play?
I think he's going to play.
No. Genuine question.
No, I think he's going to play 20. I think it's going to be a rotation thing. I think he's going to have a fantastic season. And he's my one to watch. I think, like, don't count him out just because he's not going to play all the time. But when he's on the pitch, I think he's fantastic. One for the future.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's mine. Alejandro Garnacho.
All right, AD.
I might end up with egg on my face because I don't even think this deal has even been done yet. But I want to fly to Brighton, shock horror, unearthing gems, and I'm going to go for Mohamed Kudus. I think that's going to be a player where all of us will look at and say, he only went for 30 million euros. Why didn't any of us pull our fingers out and go and grab him? I think he scored in 30 games in Eredivisie last year. I think he scored like 11 goals, 4 assists, scored 4 and 6 in the Champions League as well. A proper live wire. And I think for the World Cup, I think Sulemana was the person I sort of said might be sort of one to watch because he's raw, he's explosive. I think Kudus is a much more sort of cooked and refined version of that. And I think he's going to the best side if with regards to blowing up and making a name for yourself and announcing yourself on the biggest stage of them all. So I think, provided they get it done, I think it's the perfect place for him to go. And I think Arsenal might actually look at that and say, well, hang on a minute, maybe he could have served a couple of solutions for us. Yeah, I'm going to go for Mohamed Kudus.
Wow, good one.
Excellent pick, but are we not gonna? Is someone not gonna throw a flag here? The guy doesn't even play in the Premier League. What are we doing? What are we doing?
As he said, this egg on his face if it doesn't happen.
Is someone not gonna?
He's already done it.
David, are we not?
Ornstein has tweeted it, so
he's more or less.
We believe in Ornstein, so in Ornstein we trust.
David,
you know what? I believe in Kudus, so
David, talk to us.
I'm gonna say Sandro Tonali, mate.
Sandro Tonali.
But does he want to be there? That's the question.
Do you know what it is?
Do you know what makes me sick? Football fans do this all the time. Does he want to be there? Does he want to be there? Sometimes I don't want to turn up to work on Monday, but I have to go and do my job. Like, what is this? You don't want to be there, stuff.
Oscar,
Right,
he's leaving the streets of Milan.
Was kicked out. He was kicked out of Milan.
And he's going to the Geordie lad.
Mate, he's got Champions League football, man. No need to, mate.
Yeah, man, come on, bro.
It'll be a.
And also, I think Newcastle, they're football mad. Like, I think the way that City will embrace him.
Yeah, for sure.
It will, like.
Don't worry, you'll get in the field.
I can't lie. Toenails.
I love.
That's London name is classic. Man said toenail.
I said Tonali, bro. What is he talking about?
No,
He's London name.
He's
but the video of his wife saying that the gym was bigger in Milan made me laugh.
Yeah, outrageous.
Didn't she say? I thought she said the gym's nice, and then he said Milan is bigger. Is that what happened?
No,
yeah. Yeah. See, I thought it was
they were explaining like, oh, this is our new gym facilities, and all it says in Italian, so they didn't understand. The Milan one is bigger. I was like, oof.
Oh, they said in Italian.
I swear Newcastle, everything Newcastle was all state of the art. Like,
they just put some paint on the team. They threw some paint at the training ground. That's what they did.
I swear they flew a drone into the training ground and they showed everyone what it's like.
Yeah,
was that another
drone? Paint. It's not the new thing yet.
They just painted it. It's not really a new.
So that's why Patrick Kluivert had his medical. You know what I mean? It's like a new one, man.
Yo, Newcastle got through some strikers, man. Flipping out.
It's the same gym Duncan Ferguson was in. That's
crazy. when he came out of pen.
That's crazy. Man, there's only one bench. Like you got to wait for man to finish his set before you jump.
A big dunk is he just did his thing, man. He's getting in.
All right, on my one, guys, I cheated a bit. I did a player and a club. The player I've chosen, I was going to go with Saliba, but I've gone with Yuri and Timber. I think Timber is going to be the one that you got to watch out for this season.
First of all, I'm so glad you picked Timber. You can't pick Saliba. That just defeats the purpose.
You saw him.
What game?
What do you mean? What to watch? Did you watch him on yesterday? Against Erling Haaland,
just as good as he did all of last season.
And he might turn it up a notch. Some of you said that they might have a better season. As well. Wait there. I've heard Gakpo. We've let that one go. I've heard Olise. We've let that one go.
Yeah,
I can't say Saliba. What the hell is going on here?
Saliba was one of the best centre backs in the Premier League last season. Even though Manchester and Gabriel was better.
Jurriën Timber is the answer. The club to watch out for, I think, is Chelsea. I think Chelsea will definitely give us something to look at once all the pieces are in play and Poch has got out. Don't expect it anytime soon. I think October, November times, and boom.
All right, let's move on to the player who
last one
to
rise.
This is from your own club. One player that you personally want to see turn up.
Oh, from our own clubs.
Yeah, that's from your own club. Yeah,
you can mention other ones if you want. I've got an own club, but I've also got a manager.
You can do a couple honorable mentions, but let's do our ones first, and then afterwards you can run the honorable mentions.
Yep.
Well, I already said mine earlier. So
who did you say?
I forgot.
I said Mason Mount.
Oh yeah.
Mason Mount needs to rise it. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, he does. As in, he was the one that I don't know what the actual story is, but he forces himself out of Chelsea. Got a big move. He's got number 7. Yeah. You've got a
big move.
Yeah. He's got
Robin's fitting, to be fair.
You man gave this guy the 7.
Yeah.
No. He took the 7.
Yeah, but
You
you
gave
gave
it not even like a Sancho thing.
I mean, you gave it to him.
Brother, if a man offers you a flipping AK-47, you just take it because he gave it to you. You've added more pressure to yourself.
But if he turns it down, he's not a real killer. Why am I giving it to him?
Yeah.
No. For me, I don't look at life that way. If you take the number 7 shirt, you're adding more pressure to your already questionable ability.
Yeah, you are.
Nah, man. If you're offered the number 7 shirt, then that's the honor that you're offered. You take it.
No, you don't. No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Bro, it says more. It says more about Manchester United than it does about Mason Mount.
Yeah.
Baby. But my thing is
the fact that Jadon Sancho was hugging for that 7. He had a 2-5. He was hugging for that 7.
If you think you're that guy, because you see me, there's one thing that having confidence is one thing, but being self-aware is another. Are you that guy?
I think that's the biggest issue with Mason Mount and Chelsea fans.
I think he
thinks he's that guy. He genuinely believes
he needs to rise.
And yeah, it's a fair point from Robin. Who's next, Pete?
All right. AD gone.
Very, very simple. We spent top dollar on him. It was meant to add something to the strike force. He didn't necessarily. I think he ended the season on 9 league goals. We can say chaos ball this, chaos ball that. At the end of the day, the only chaos I need to see is the utter carnage when you're licking balls into the net. Goal after goal after goal after raining down. Yes. That's the only chaos I want to see. The chaos I want to see is in your celebrations. If you want to kick the flag, if you want to push the cameraman away, that's what I want to see. And I think in glimpses, like I think Darwin Núñez, he showed us he obviously has ability. I think he also showed us a lot of his shortcomings as well. I think he's not necessarily quite as good at. But I think I saw him in pre-season a few decent finishes. He looks a lot more composed, a lot more confidence. I think having the 9 on his back as well probably helps. But bro, Núñez, you got to rise it, my bro. Like last season was unacceptable. We were sort of clutching at straws and looking at good little bits that you done, bro. I need you. And listen, if you can't get off the program, then see you later and pack your bags. This is Liverpool football, my bro. You're in the big leagues, my bro.
Wow, strong stuff from AD.
Acts like you've been there before. You had a season of grace. Fine.
Now it's time.
Rise, Darwin Núñez, rise.
Wow. David, who's your man to rise this season?
I can't decide between Rice or Havertz, mate.
Wow. Oh, that's an easy choice.
Wow, right.
That's an easy choice.
Havertz has never been in the Premier League.
Oh, damn.
I under one for 3 years, every year. He didn't even get double figures.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Kai Havertz, you need, as Adrian says, you need to rise.
David, it is not a difficult choice.
That's a rise, period.
Was it like 2-3 weeks ago? Oscar was like, do you man really not rate Kai Havertz? I said, no, we don't.
Oscar couldn't believe it. Oscar was in shock.
He was almost paralytic.
Hey, I'll say what I've always said.
Not good.
There's a player there, man. There's a player there. I clocked on Sunday. Peter, I'm sure you clocked this as well. He's such an Arsenal player.
He's so Arsenal.
No venom, no bite, no fight in him. Just
Fabio Vieira.
He looked like a player that was always there. He looked like a player that's always been there.
Interesting.
It's right, you know.
Interesting conclusion.
Right. Oscar, who is the one that needs to?
Oh, is it me? Mine. Look, Chelsea got a lot of young players in the squad, so it is quite.
I said the whole squad has to rise it.
Yeah. no, but like as in to put that kind of rise it pressure on someone, you kind of want it to be someone who's a little bit older, should be performing at that level. But at the end of the day, when you spend money, you expect results, and we've seen 6 months of this guy, 97 million. Mikhailo Mudryk, you're my left winger. I need you to rise it this year.
Poor
I can't
guy.
be having a stop-start season. You have to hit the ground running.
Poor guy.
You have to hit the ground running.
Poor guy. The guy left war-torn Ukraine to join basically the war-torn London. Oh, come on. He went from one place to the other. Listen, this guy, yeah, he's literally...
Your man to put the ball in the box.
Listen. All he cared about in life was staying alive. That was his only mission in 2023, okay? When he left, he joined to just make sure I make it through. That's it. He's now here. Okay, poor guy. Look at the carnage he joined. Look at the car crash he joined. Chelsea Football Club last year.
If it's a car crash, it's a car crash. So everyone there is
imagine I'm there. Listen, I'm in A&E, but you need me to arrive and be healthy. Rod, then let me get stitched up in it. Let me patch up.
He's not in A&E, bro. He's paid handsomely, bro.
Brother, he was in A&E at Chelsea.
But he's the one that I want to rise it because we paid a lot of money.
He didn't even have a medical at Chelsea. They just knew what time it was. He didn't even have a medical.
I'm surprised you didn't say Sterling, Oscar.
Yeah, I was actually surprised by Sterling.
Endo says, Oscar, if it's not Sterling, you need to duck out. No, I've lost. I don't believe in Sterling.
Yeah,
so he's saying, I want you to rise it. What is this? I don't believe that you can. I don't believe that you can.
He said you're actually dead and there's no potential for resurrection.
Yeah. Oscar, what happened to Northwest Sterling? What happened to boy from Brent? What happened to all this?
Look, I'm here for the advancement of my people, so I want him to do well. I like the fact that he's a black boy from Brent that plays football, plays for England. Cool, big up him.
Oscar might as well be Dr. Umar.
Yeah,
when it comes down,
did you see him on live the other day?
I don't rate that. I don't really rate him as a footballer. Look, big up him. He's on an advert with Clark's now. He's got his own Clark's shoe. Big up Raheem.
Is Vibes Cartel's tune in the background?
It's not, unfortunately.
They missed the howler. They missed the stinker.
If I was on the marketing campaign, then we would have had a two steppers, obviously.
They missed a stinker with that one.
But big up Rice. Like I rate him as a person, but as a footballer, I've never really been a fan.
Are you dumb?
So there you go. My one's Mudryk.
He's John Stones in the Gully Cooper.
But said General Stewart.
Ernest, bruv, who's your one? Who's yours, mate?
Since we talk about money,
hey, I know exactly where he's going.
Since we talk about money, I'll talk about my Brazilian homie.
Yeah, I knew he was going there.
Oh,
I knew he was going there.
Obrigado, my nigga. Listen, you see this number 21. 21.
Oh,
can you do something for me?
I'm dead.
Listen, you see, Mr. Anthony, you're the reason we could have signed no strikers in January. Brother, I need a resurrection. I need to believe that Ten Hag is not mad. That you ain't got news on him. Because, bro, he can finish in it if you give him time and space. But then again, who can't? Actually, to be fair, Kai Havertz can't. So you get me. So
I think I might shock a few people this season. I think.
Edo, trust me, it was a good one. But flipping, listen, Anthony as the right winger of Manchester United, the place once nestled by Sir David Beckham, brother. You need to show me something this year.
Yeah.
You need to show me something this year. The finishes from 25, 30 yards, they ain't moving me. Can you finish when the goalkeeper is saying, come and score? Those times, can you finish?
You can keep in his eyes. We see the whites of his eyes and the whites of his gloves.
Brother, can you show me that you can actually do something with a counter attack? Can you not do a drag back? Like real talk. Talk. So yeah, that's Anthony.
I did Peters, and then I got one. I said I got a manager one as well.
Flipping out, Robin, man. We got to wrap up, man. In Arsenal's first 11, I'll ask this question one time because I think you all will get it. Arsenal's first 11, who's the weakest link?
Gabriel
Ramsdale.
Magalhaes. I
First
think
of all,
Gabriel.
Robin,
I don't rate him.
your football card is
You know
coming
this.
off. Your football card is coming off. Gabriel Magalhaes. You're
Yeah,
having a friggin'
I think it was your weakest
Anyway,
link.
You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace. The weakest link, somebody else has said it already, who watches Arsenal. The weakest link is Aaron Ramsdale. Guess what? Aaron Ramsdale. I need you to come. I need you to wake up. I need you to stand up. Do you know why? Because as soon as David Raya signs that contract, #1 goalkeeper. Let's get him right in there.
That's why I
number
asked,
one
is
goalkeeper.
Ramsdale out?
#1
I asked
goalkeeper.
that question. I said, is Ramsdale out?
I've
Well-
been told Ramsdale is in your top 5 players.
Well, he's not.
Exactly.
Let me tell you that right now. He's not. He certainly isn't. David Raya is a better goalkeeper than him.
He's not top 5 of the back line.
Yeah, he's only top 5 in the back 5. You know what I'm saying? Hello? You know what's funny? That's facts, actually. Because you would have.
Lola said the weakest link is Rambo or that moody German.
Wow.
How about moody?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's like he's soaking half
Right.
the time.
That's the one. Anyway, guys, Robin, very quickly, please. Very quickly. Say your manager.
Manager-wise, I think the person who needs to rise the biggest of all and put everyone wrong is Mikel Arteta.
Excuse me.
I think
What?
so.
End the stream, Dave.
But
I don't
honestly,
know.
Gabriel
I think,
Magalhaes
dude.
and now Mikel Arteta is a
No.
friggin' howler. That's a
No,
howler.
because
It's a force, man.
because it's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's
Oh
not
my
wrong.
God.
Let's say because
He
remember,
needs to do more than what he did last season.
Yeah, he does.
Lord
Is that
have
not wrong?
mercy.
Is that not wrong to ask that?
Christ have mercy.
Is
Lord
that
have
not wrong to ask
mercy.
that? Because
Honestly.
Peter, remember when I said in my prediction? First of all, I predicted Arsenal to win the league, so I'm expecting them to do better already.
So what's
But
going on? here?
however,
What's actually going on then?
However, a lot of people still don't believe in him and don't believe him to take Arsenal to the promised land.
Because they've only
That's why.
Oh my
No,
God.
but
And that's why I'm
that
like-
that number is significantly small. The number of
Well,
Arsenal
first
fans
of
that
all-
don't believe in Arteta is
And
small.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, can you, now you've done your shopping, can
Do
you
something for me.
deliver? Can you do something and deliver Arsenal?
Do you know what? Do you know why this is cheeky? Yeah, because Robin said Man United's aim is to finish 3rd. Yeah, for all that money. But now you're putting Arteta must win the league.
Arteta's been here for how many seasons now?
Lord have mercy.
Come on, bro.
I'm not saying anything that's wild. I think it's like it was his 5th.
Do you know what? Because in my understanding of who needs to rise, yeah, is because you feel like they didn't do great last season. Because if I'm honest, Anthony was mentioned. You know, what's it called? Darwin Núñez was mentioned. What's my man? David, you said who again? You said Havertz.
These kind of players.
They were kind of players.
Yeah.
Arteta done an unbelievable job last season. Flip me, man.
He exceeded every
honestly.
expectation last season.
No,
He
I'm
exceeded
not saying
their expectations.
yeah, but I'm saying you're saying that you'll believe him to deliver the title. That's the expectation we have on him.
Yeah, but that's not rising it, Robin.
I think it is.
Rise.
Nah.
Yo.
Because can you
Rise-
overthrow Pep? Can you overthrow
Right-
Pep? That's what I'm asking.
Right, no, because you have to remember, Arteta exceeded expectations last year. So you can't ask him to rise it.
Okay.
It's amazing.
If you're going for that mode.
He just rose it.
He
literally
literally
rose
just rose it.
And the funny thing is, correct me if I'm wrong, I think last year I said Arteta, but I think it was cheating last year. But I'd said Arteta as well as Odegaard.
Because
And they both did.
expecting or demanding that he win the league is a very different conversation to saying he should rise it. That's a different conversation.
Yeah. Absolutely. Right.
Did anyone
Boys.
else have any honorable mentions before we wrap up?
Who else?
I had an honorable one to watch, which was Noni Madueke. I think this guy's going to ball out this season. But...
Interesting. Interesting. I'm interested to see how Havertz does. It's going to be weird.
I'm interested to see
it's
how
gonna be
Rice
weird.
does.
One.
I think Rice has a big target on his back, the 105 million. I'm interested to see how he does.
I'm amazed by this comment. Arteta's got to walk the plank if they don't challenge and win the league. I'm amazed by that. I'm actually quite surprised.
And he said he follows it with he set that bar.
He set that bar. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Cage ballers.
Kenneton's where it started.
Oh,
Yeah,
Philip Walter.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Wait.
I don't know if defending this man's talent for no reason.
he's not starting ahead of Cole Palmer.
I need a season. I need a good,
Partner's
holistic,
getting
good
a thing.
season.
Yeah, but guys, where does he play?
Exactly.
Yeah, he needs to figure that out.
No. I think Foden's unfair, man.
Unfair?
Philip Foden.
Brother.
Listen, Calvin Phillips needs to be brought to that list before Phil Foden.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Guys,
what?
no.
Phillips
Foden
needs to be there
is,
before.
Foden is a star boy. Foden has won 2 Young Player of the Years. You need to be starting for your team, my bro.
He should be here.
But bro, he's not starting ahead of flipping what's it called? Kevin De Bruyne at times.
Dujan. Oh my
Okay,
god.
there's other positions to play.
Yeah, but what is his actual position?
He needs to figure that out.
No, but do you know it though? But do you know it?
That's not my
No.
business.
Do you know it?
What's going on here?
I would put him as my
Phil Foden.
Yeah, I'm back.
Ernest, you think it's okay for him to have another season in rotation?
I think that
Yeah,
the
play
only way he
17
starts
starts.
regularly is if he leaves City.
So then make a move.
They'll make a move, bro. The guys won the treble.
He didn't play in that treble.
He scored 10 goals last season.
But the year prior, when Grealish was in the team and they won the league, everyone was like, "Yo, Grealish needs to rise it." The next season, he claimed his place and he rose it.
Grealish. Hold on, whoa. Do you think Grealish rose it?
He claimed his place and he
I
played.
don't
Grealish
I don't
for
think
3
there's much
months.
difference. I don't think there's much difference. You know?
Bro, he claimed his
Let's
place. He's a key player for City.
Let's calm
He wasn't
down.
even bad in his first year.
Let's calm down. He cost 100 million and he's been good for 3 months. Let's calm down.
No, but I'm not
calm
saying
down.
he rose it to 100 mil level. I'm just saying he contributed to the team winning 3 trophies.
Listen. We need to stop this thing that we do where a man saying that a man has risen it because City tax is strong. They did the same thing with Gundogan. Man was good for clutch moments, April and May, and then they said he had a good season. Are you not on crack? What's going on here?
Yeah.
I agree on Gundogan. I agree.
Stop this.
Yeah.
Stop this.
100%.
Phil Foden walks into a lot of our teams. Just calm down. Let's calm down.
But no one's saying that's not true.
So my point is, he's in a very peculiar situation. Him having to rise it is cap. He's a sick baller. He's a baller. Let's calm down. He's better than flipping Jack Grealish. But Jack Grealish plays left mid because that's not his position. That's not his position.
So
That's not his position.
So the guy, how old is Foden now?
Let's continue this debate for next week because we've run out of time, people. We've run out of bloody time. Okay,
What's actually going on here?
I think it's good.
It is good.
Who's winning 2 Young Player of the Years and you're a bench man? Like, it don't make sense.
Brother, winning the awards, winning the votes, is not his fault.
No, but he's that good though.
That's people. No. No one's saying he's not that good. I'm saying that's people not knowing football. Just
Why
the
does he
same
need to
people
rise
say-
then?
The same. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
If he's
He
that
needs
good,
to-
why
he
does
needs
he
to- he needs to claim his place in the team. That's what I'm saying.
Imagine this is the
not
stick
what you were saying.
we're
That's not what you
beating
were
this stick. This is the stick we're beating him with. Yeah, make your first
Yeah,
team.
that's what you were
Make your
saying.
first 11 at Man City. All right.
What
Yeah.
do you mean that's
All right, then.
yeah.
For
Yes,
start?
let's make the first team. Yes.
For kickoff,
Is that not every player's role in their squad? You got to beat the person who's ahead of you. Make the first team.
And how does he beat Kevin De Bruyne?
Kevin De Bruyne is not the only person he's against.
Brother,
Who else
he
is he
plays
against?
centrally.
Who else is he against?
How many midfielders do City play centrally?
I've got one. How does he
Number
beat the
10.
Bukayo Saka?
That's a different position.
He got dropped in England as well.
No. What I'm saying is no. Because if we're looking at ability wise, if we're judging
He plays De Bruyne's role.
Foden's
That's the
ability
problem.
against Bukayo Saka's ability, who's
Guys, Foden has played 10, Foden has played 8, Foden has played wing.
Oh,
Foden has played
10.
second striker.
What's happening here?
No idea.
What's happening is that we want this guy that we all know is a super talented baller to play his place in the team.
for 38 games in the season.
Come on, man. That's not asking for much.
All right, guys, it's time to wrap it up. We're nearly 3 hours. This is ridiculous. We need to wrap it up. I know we're first season back, first pod back, and we will get into it as the course of the season goes. We will talk more on Grealish, and we should do an extra time talk about Foden. That'll be very good.
Foden dropped a classic left wing at Anfield.
What?
All right. Okay.
Come on,
Okay.
man.
Oscar, let's wrap this up, okay? This has been the Top 4 podcast, okay? There are games back this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Big game. And Monday, of course.
And
We'll be back we'll be live from Old Trafford next week as Man United take on at home against Wolves, Monday Night Football. But yeah, make sure you smash a like, share, like, and subscribe at Top 4 Podcast on the Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify. We are all over the gaff and on YouTube as well. Guys, until next week, thank you for joining us for this bumper weekend podcast. We'll see you next week for the start of the Premier League. Peace.
Bye.